More accolades for Spurs rookie Stephon Castle. You know he was named as Rookie of the Year, but today he was named NBA All-Rookie First Team. Congratulations. NBA Conference Finals get underway tonight. Minnesota Timberwolves are in Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. You can catch all the action right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 7 o'clock.
Joe Reinagel.
And the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. What's going on? Hope you're having a great day. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. That dude over there is Jason Minix.
It's a Taco Tuesday. Is that why you're happy?
I'm happy every day, Jason. It's a day that ends in Y.
Well, there you go.
That's all it is.
Although you bitch about Mondays a lot.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
But that's gone for another 6 days.
True.
So everything is good.
Well, then this coming Monday's a holiday.
And that's even better.
Yeah, that's
so
a Monday
it's actually
you
gone
like.
for 13
there
days.
There you go.
That's fantastic.
You did math on the fly pretty quick there. I'm
I
impressed.
did. You like that, huh?
I'm surprised.
Wow, not bad, not bad. It's a great day, though. It's nice outside, a little hot. Pledge got a new putter grip. He's happy. Anything good happen to you today?
Well, sure. I mean, I woke up. I'm actually, it's funny, there was a debate before the show about the four horsemen.
Yes.
And we've got tickets to give away. And Pledge is like, are you going? Or no, you said I would be going. You didn't ask if I was. You just assume that I will go watch a Metallica tribute band. Now, I'm told that these guys are really good.
Album quality.
Well, it says that in the liner notes. But they do stick to old school Metallica.
Okay.
Classic Metallica, the long hair back in the day. First 5 albums is basically what you're going to get.
Isn't that what you want, though?
Well, I mean,
from a tribute band.
I like my tribute bands to be honoring people that you can't go see anymore, right?
Okay.
Like the Tom Petty tribute band. All right, we're not going to see Tom. There's a really good Nirvana tribute band. You're not going to see Kurt Cobain. You can't. We went and saw a U2 tribute band. And an NXS tribute band. It was the same dude. It was
the
same
last time
band.
I ever see the NXS anything. I promise you, that was awful.
Although
U2 was cool, but
but I hear these guys are really, really good, and they have the look and they play the hits, and sure, that's what you want. But also, I'm going to go see Metallica on June 14th in Houston.
Well, there you go. You don't need a tribute band.
Well, I mean, the older version of.
But, dude, if there weren't tribute bands, you'd put a lot of people out of business. I mean, think about all these poor guys that are doing tributes to Journey. You can still go see Journey or I don't know, name a band that's still around that's got a tribute because they probably do. You're going to put those poor people out of business.
Every time I see a tribute band, and I bitch about having to go see a tribute band because I'm not necessarily a fan, I always have a great time, unless they suck. These guys I know don't suck. You go watch their videos, you listen to them, and you're like, holy crap, right? They are that good. And you're right. I mean, they're talented musicians that figure they're better off trying to be a Metallica band than doing their own thing.
Maybe they're not good writers. They don't know how to write songs, so they'll just sing somebody else's.
Well, or like the dudes from Mini Kiss, right? Now, they could also probably do mini Metallica. They could probably do mini Guns N' Roses. I mean, if you've got a good shtick to go with your tribute band, I'm a little bit more down with it.
Well, that's a pretty good shtick, being mini.
Well, I mean, sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you want to go see that just because.
It's a show.
It's like Brad Williams. Although we knew he was funny, but without sounding harsh.
If he were tall, he couldn't make half of his jokes.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? But then again, his life experiences come from being a dwarf.
That's why I don't mean to be harsh, but you're right. He probably wouldn't be as funny if he wasn't a midget.
Well, you can't say that.
Oh, you
dwarf.
Can't. A small person.
Yes. Little people.
He doesn't like that term.
No, he doesn't mind. He uses it quite a bit.
Little people? What is it he doesn't? He didn't like dwarf. He didn't like one of them.
I don't know. Little people. The M word he can say. You can't.
Oh, my gosh. Is Mini Kiss going to come in here and raid the studio?
I mean, they might.
They're not. They're okay with that, too. They live here, right? Or some of them?
One of them does. Art, he lives here.
Cool.
Yeah.
Lock the door, pledge.
I can't do that. You got to leave to pee too often.
Well, that's a good point. There's a trash can right there. I'll be okay, I think, right? Yeah.
No.
We're not going to do that.
No.
My goodness. It just I've listened to more music, live music, since I started working here, I think, than I ever have. Because you're going all the time, and it's like, well, we're going to go to that. Why not?
Well, that's it. Tag along. Let's go.
I agree.
Let's go have some fun. And, it's the Four Horsemen, right, as we sit here today, it's Tuesday. I don't know if I'm going or not. It's Memorial Weekend, having a barbecue at the house on Saturday. I don't know what Sunday's going to bring.
Rest.
That's what Monday is for. But I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up there.
So it's on Monday?
It's on Sunday.
It's on Sunday.
Sunday night.
I don't know. See, I'm not seeing Metallica on June 14th or whatever day you said. This might be good to go see. I like Metallica, some of their songs.
Yeah, well, and this group will play all the ones that you want to hear.
Well, there you go.
Right?
Might have to check that out. Aztec Theater, go downtown.
See, Frank Valdez on our YouTube says Brewster's Backyard. They always have some great tribute bands from Metallica, AC/DC, Pantera, Iron Maiden. I mean, there are a lot of good tribute bands in town. I know this past weekend there was one Stone Temple Pilots tribute and some stuff like that. But I just kind of, if you're doing that, to me, I'd rather be like a 90s grunge band and just play all the hits from that era. Or you look at a band like, say, Passing Strangers. You see Passing Strangers, everything they play is a hit. It's kind of like listening to Jack FM, except it's live music, right?
Well, Passing Strangers is very good.
Yeah.
But I know at Pix we saw a band, and I think you were there, and they were it was a hair band. I don't remember what they were called, but they were fat dudes in latex and long hair. I mean, maybe it wasn't latex. It was like the
spandex.
Spandex.
Yes.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have been.
Well, I mean,
some people shouldn't be in spandex.
Well, I mean, you're talking about a good friend of mine named Duke. He's in a band called Charlie Bravo. He's also in a Van Halen tribute band. This is a dude that should not be wearing spandex. Should not. He should not. But it's part of the shtick.
So he doesn't care.
No, I mean, that's how he makes his money. It's like that. There's a band that I see a lot when we're in Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas. You know how they have all the different concerts?
Yeah.
There's a band there, and they're really good. They're called Spandex Nation. And all they do is play all the hair metal from the 80s and early 90s.
I see now that would
but it's all hits. It's
Yeah.
not just, all right, I'm going cover to cover on this old Soundgarden album.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, most people can't pull off a Chris Cornell, which don't try. You're not going to be anywhere close to what he can do.
I blame Mark Wahlberg for starting all this. That movie where he's in the cover band, and now everybody's got one.
Yeah, everybody has one.
Everybody has one. We got a lot of tickets to give away today, Minix. Mission Impossible screening at the AMC.
Uh-huh.
We got the Four Horsemen we talked about. Rangers, Cardinals. You see the Cards last night? Whacked the Tigers 11-4.
Totally missed that.
It was fantastic. I watched that game. It was great. Cowboys cheerleaders are here at the Majestic Theater, and we're going to get somebody qualified for the ACL in Austin in October.
Do you know what that ACL is, huh?
I do, because is that still Sabrina Carpenter? Okay, just checking.
2 weekends. Speaking of your love for the Cardinals, I got a 9:40 this morning message on Facebook from a guy named Bob Cavazos.
Okay.
Jason, congrats on your daughter's accomplishments. One question, why does Joe R. rag on the Astros? A lot of Astros fans here in San Antonio.
Wanting to know. Is that why do I rag on? Do I rag on the Astros?
All the time.
I do.
Uh-huh.
Well, because the Cardinals own them first and foremost. I think it's in their contract.
Oh, stop.
Look, I rag on the Astros.
You rip them every chance you get.
I hate the Cubs. That I do. Look.
And the Stros?
What was his name?
Bob.
Bob. Hey, Bob. My dad forced me into being a Cardinals fan when I was like 2.
Uh-huh.
And I've never changed. And Cardinals and Astros had some pretty cool series.
They did.
The Cards won most of, if I'm not mistaken. And so I'm just saying, it's there. But the Astros are nothing compared to the Cubs. The Cubs are absolute the devil himself.
The Cubs.
The Cubs. So the Astros are up higher a little bit in my mind than the Cubs are.
As far as your hatred.
My hatred.
Sports hatred.
Right. You got the Cubs. You got Sean Payton. You got the Livers. I mean, you can rank them however you want to.
And the Astros would be ranked where?
They'd be down there somewhere. I'm not a – didn't the Astros come from the Cardinals? Weren't they like their minor league team at some point?
You're the only one old enough that could remember that. I mean, you probably still have a Colt 45s hat rolling around in your attic somewhere.
No, I don't. But I don't hate the Astros. So, Bob, I don't hate the Astros. I'll try to control my ragging on the Astros.
If that's not hate, what do you call it?
Fun. Good, clean fun.
Is it?
Now, I'm sure Bob, as an Astros fan, has an enemy in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, they're the Cardinals.
Well, okay, there you go.
They used to be.
Well, there you are.
Yeah.
Because, you got to beat them first.
I'm pretty sure the Astros have beaten the Cardinals.
Uh-huh. So, look at this. Not Sam who called.
What?
Dude. I think it was Friday, wasn't it, Pledge? We got into a big argument about Popovich, and some guy named Sam called in, and he was he was upset. He didn't like Greg Popovich, and he was saying all this stuff about Pop, and that started a big argument. So the guy that says he's not the Sam who called wants to make sure that we know that he's not the Sam that called.
Okay. And the not the Sam who called writes on YouTube, the Astros have a 336 and 384 record versus the Cardinals all time.
Are you going to brag about that? Seems to me that's about, I don't know, do the math, 48-game deficit.
Are you doing math? What's there to brag about? The Cardinals have the winning record.
Exactly.
Sam, if you're the official producer of this segment, what is the playoff record between the Astros and Cardinals all time?
Look that up, Sam, will you? Please look that up. Hey, Cowboys got to work today, Jason. OTAs at the Star in Frisco. And Brian Schottenheimer's getting a lot of accolades or a lot of praise for his press conference today. We're going to hear from Shotty when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get straight to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com.
We had so much fun last week, we're doing it again. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is gearing up once more to send you to the Austin City Limits Music Festival. 9 stages, 2 weekends. More big-time artists than at Texas Tailgate during rodeo season. October 3rd through the 5th, and again October 10th through the 12th. Right up the road in the live music capital of the world. We're talking Sabrina Carpenter, Hosier, Doja Cat, Luke Combs, The Strokes, John Summit, Doechii, Fade, and a whole mess of other artists turned up Zilker Park into the biggest backyard party in Texas. Listen to the Morning Huddle and the Blitz all this week for another shot to win a pair of 3-day wristbands to Weekend 2. We'll crown one lucky winner on each show this Friday, and every qualifier scores a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Cold drinks, hot pizza, 3-day ACL wristbands. Now Now, that's a South Texas trifecta. Grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. Want to skip the contest and buy your way in? Head to aclfest.com. But we say, why pay when you can win? With 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hey, San Antonio, multiple tours overseas, years of protecting the country, it all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training toward our low-cost degree and certificate programs. We call that credit where credit is due. For over 75 years, our dedicated success coaches have been helping service members achieve their goals. Get started with local support and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Nigel, why does our office look like a casino?
I call it employee engagement.
Folks, right now is the ideal time to hit the jackpot on comfort with Quarter Moon's Lucky 7's AC tune-up. It's just $77 for a complete 7-point inspection.
Excuse me, bossman. I've got a good feeling about that slot machine next to your desk. Joel, I couldn't get an advance on next week's check, could I?
Call Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating for your Lucky 7's AC tune-up. Just $77. 210-651-5899.
License number TSAOG 141074EM16004.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-7147. 800-575-7147. That's 800-575-7147 or simply visit TRA.com.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
You know, I'm so excited about today's show. I got to tell you, not only do we have football to talk about, Cowboys OTAs, we have royalty coming on at 3:30 today. This is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix as well, and royalty, Jason, coming on.
Deborah Knapp.
Yes.
Deborah Knapp retiring tomorrow from Ken's TV.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I thought you had a long run over there.
Man, she had a long run.
And yet she's younger than you, but she's doubled you up. It's amazing how that works.
Well, she sure as hell looks younger than me, that's for sure. I don't think that woman ever ages.
No.
She's beautiful, and inside and out, for that matter. So I can't wait to talk to her. We'll do that at 3:30 coming up. Just a little bit about her career and everything, man. Just a staple on San Antonio television.
You think about the heyday of Ken's. With her retirement, when she signs off tomorrow, that whole era is over.
Wow.
I mean, and to a degree, Bill Taylor. But, you know, Bill, kind of like you kind of came in and took the baton from Dan Cook. He took it from Albert Flores.
Yep.
And, you know, but, the one constant through all of that was Deborah Knapp.
Yeah.
Which, incredible.
It is incredible. So she's got a lot of stories to tell, I'm sure. I can't wait to talk to her. Again, that's coming up at 3:30. Look, we got so much stuff up here to give away. It's unbelievable. We're talking about the Cardinals and their dynasty over the Astros.
Really, playoff record is Houston 7, St. Louis 6.
Oh, we're counting the playoffs? Does that really matter?
I think that's all that matters, sir.
Oh, are you a Cowboy fan still?
Here we go.
How does it always come back to Dak Prescott with you?
I didn't mention Dak Prescott.
You did.
I didn't. I said
did.
the Cowboys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Uh-huh. So we're going to get somebody. Do we qualify for that? We did yesterday,
no,
right?
We did. We're giving away a pair of tickets.
I thought we had a keyword
well,
yesterday.
we did use a keyword. That's what the promo says.
How about dynasty?
Dynasty?
As in Cardinals.
No, it's supposed to be a keyword about ditching work.
Oh, that's right. All right, we'll give that out in a minute.
I didn't come up with that.
Dynasty or keyword?
No, the keyword game where if you listen to, and our boss Dax is the one that writes all these, I think. But between the Cardinals-Rangers game promo and the ACL promo, there are so many different phrases in there. I think he went through all of them. I mean, it kind of reminds me of, and this is an old joke, and some of you will get this, but the late, great Gary DeLon, speaking of Ken's TV legends, doing high school football, he used to have a checklist that he would have taped on the window of the press box. And punted that one all the way to Seguin, or faster than what. And Gary would go through and use them and check them off as he would go through them. I think that's what Dax did in writing all these promos with the different, analogies you could use for ditching work.
So we got to come up with an excuse for ditching work.
Yes.
All right.
And when you hear the word, because what did we use yesterday? Sick kid?
Yeah. How about hangover?
Well, hangover.
Although you can't really call your boss and say, boss, I'm hungover today.
I mean,
not going to make it.
Yeah, sorry, boss. I've got to call in dead because I've used all my sick days.
Dead. That's a good one.
I mean, you're not coming back to work if you're dead. Ditching work.
It was a miraculous recovery. Unbelievable.
Felt dead.
Always feel dead. Cowboys don't feel dead. Cowboys feel pretty good, according to everything we're hearing out of the Star today.
New life and kind of refreshing coming from the Dallas Cowboys. And Brian Schottenheimer still has to go win a lot of games. And for me, not overly excited about his hire. The longer he has had this job, which is still, you could count him in days, the more I am excited about what Schottenheimer can do. This guy wins every press conference. Now, he always had good press conferences while he was a coordinator. But it's the little things that you're hearing from Schottenheimer that feels different than what you had with McCarthy, than what you had with Jason Garrett. And I'll just start with the press conferences. And I believe Wade Phillips was the last coach of the Cowboys that used to sit down for his press conferences. And I remember Wade one time telling me he doesn't like standing at the podium. He likes to sit down, and he's kind of eye to eye with everybody. You know, when you're at a podium, you're talking down to people. Wade didn't like that, right? Schottenheimer, every one of his press conferences, there's the podium there, but he sits at a table. He's kind of eye to eye with everybody in the room, a little bit more relaxed. And then you hear him talk. And again, dude still has to go win football games, playoff games. But everything that he is saying, with the explanation that goes with it, is just so night and day different than what you heard from McCarthy, who was a lot more open than Jason Garrett, who was just a robot. Now, knowing Jason, and I used to say this to Jason Garrett when he would come on the show, why can't we get that Jason Garrett as opposed to the robot?
What would he tell you?
No bulletin board material. Seriously.
All right.
I mean, I said to him one time, we were in Oxnard, and we've of all places, the Rudder Room. And
a lot of truths are told at the Rudder Room.
Lots of them. And I was like, dude, I feel like every time we interview you, no matter what is asked, you just reach for an index card and give an answer on whatever that card says. The personality we don't see. You see that with Brian Schottenheimer and his explanations on ways that he is trying to change the culture in that room, the way they compete every day at almost everything, including, I don't know, free throws on a daily basis.
Anywhere and everywhere. We do some things in the team room. We do some things in my office. QBs, I just lost to the QBs in my office. Actually, Dak was my teammate, so I guess Dak lost too. He'll be mad that I told you guys that. But yeah, it's just the central theme of the program is compete every day, and so we find different ways to do it. We look at what's going on in the world. You know, congratulations to the Stars. I think that's really cool for Dallas professional sports what they're doing. So at some point in a team meeting, we might shoot at some goals with a hockey stick and maybe a soft puck, not a hard puck. But we look at different ways to compete, and we did something for the Masters the other day that was pretty cool. Had a putt off, but get these guys in different types of environments and ask them to do different things. And it's fun to watch these world-class football players that absolutely suck at shooting free throws. I mean, literally, like, I'm not going to say names, Osa, that really was not very good, but it's fun to watch these guys compete and get outside their comfort level to try to one-up each other.
I got to hand it to him, Minix, and I mean this in all sincerity. The way he's going about this and easing himself in, and maybe it was easier for him because he's been in the building already, but just meshing with these guys and forming a bond with them. The thing that's going to be interesting to see is when you have some adversity, and will the players still respect him, or is he too much like a friend to them? That'd be my only concern.
Well, I mean, building a culture, having these guys compete in a lot of different things, and little stuff that seems to go a long way. And like they put a ping pong table back in the room. Now you might think that's not a big deal, but it kind of is.
Yeah, we just moved it in there because I want this place to feel – I want our players to want to be here. I want our players to come in the locker room and for us to have to kick them out. And they have their time frames that they can be here and whatnot, but I love playing ping pong. They love playing ping pong. It's fun to watch these guys compete. It's fun to watch the interaction with the offense and defense and watch the talking that goes on, the guys that can finish, that have maybe a 9-8 lead with 2 more points needed. It's fun to watch those guys step into that arena and compete at things that maybe the world doesn't know they're good at. And that's one of the cool things that Micah does. He thinks he's the best ping pong player in the building, and there's a handful of guys that would disagree with that.
I always found that great at Major League Baseball locker rooms. They always had that, or they're playing dominoes or cards or ping pong or whatever the case may be. But you're right. No, look, those guys have a lot of time to kill, probably a lot more than NFL players do. But still, they're in there, they're having a good time, and they're all bonding together. And so I think what he's done is a great idea.
Well, what I like about that, and I mean, raise your hand if you knew that McCarthy had it moved out. I'm assuming McCarthy had it moved out. Oh, that, yeah, right? But it does so many different things. One, like you said, those guys are in there a lot, and you want them to stick around. So there are more reasons to stay at work. I don't know about you guys, but work's over, you get the hell out of there as quickly as you can. If you had a fun environment and you're waiting for your guys. But also, I'm going to guess that there's competition between offensive guys and defensive guys.
Sure.
Where a lot of locker rooms get separated, offense on one side, defense on the other. And it seems like Schottenheimer is trying to take that away. And not just necessarily, like shooting free throws or playing ping pong, but even team dinners, which it sounds like he's stealing right out of the Greg Popovich playbook.
Well, I can't tell you exactly where we'll be. I do always pay, so that's cool. I do always pay. We do change the menu up a little bit, but we try to get 4, 5, 6 guys together and just go talk about life. Football rarely comes up. These guys, we do plenty of football. We do football all day long. What I want to know is why Javonte named his dog what he named his dog, and why, what did this story come from, and all those things. I don't remember what Javonte named his dog. That's terrible. But
that's bad coaching.
Those are the things that I love talking about. And then for them to share their stories with their teammates allows them, when they're out there on the field and they're having a tough day and it's hot and they're pushing through a padded practice at Oxnard, they're able to truly pull together and work together. And I think that's going to help us finish games, finish practices. When you have a tough moment, you have a tough stretch in the season, you work through those problems because they believe in one another, and more importantly, they love one another.
It's hard to argue or find anything negative about what this guy says or how he's going about approaching this time of the season, which is OTA time. It's voluntary still. But all of what he's doing right now is he's so calm. His demeanor's calm. It's family. It's all about getting together and getting close. And it's hard to find anything negative in that. I mean, it really is.
Again, very likable and easy to root for Schottenheimer right now.
Yep.
And I think there were a lot of people, myself included, that weren't overly excited when he got promoted. And he's quickly changing minds of fans. And not just me saying that, but you could see that on Twitter. You still got to go win games. I mean, it's May 20th. If you're not winning games, then we'll turn on a dime. Think about that. Think about last year. Early in the season, there were questions whether Nick Sirianni was going to make it through, and a guy goes and wins a Super Bowl and now gets an extension.
That's all you have to do.
Well, that's it. No pressure, Shotty. But he's just likable, seeming more relatable. That video of him the other day on the golf course, and Mike was like, "What are you drinking?" He's like, "I call it a Shotty." There's some Tito's in here, and what is it, 3 lemons or 3 limes, whatever he said.
I think some iced tea as well. I don't know what else he said.
But again, though, I mean, he seems very relatable, which, to give Jerry and Steven some credit, they know that Schottenheimer, which is why they elevated that Schottenheimer. We didn't know that Schottenheimer before. So, I mean, sure, give him a chance, but he's winning over the fan base, and it seems like he's winning over the players, because all those videos we saw, like with their schedule release, they're out there having a good time with their coach. I don't know that we saw that with Mike, and I don't know that we saw that all that much with Jason Garrett. There was a time and place to have fun, but you didn't see those guys let their hair down, if you will, the way we're seeing early with Schottenheimer.
Well, and I like it. I think the players like it too. Again, it's just when that adversity strikes, and it will. Every team goes through a little bit of that. How is that going to play, and will it work out? But I like what I'm hearing from this guy. I do. I like what I'm hearing from him a lot. So we'll hear a lot more from Brian Schottenheimer coming up as we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Coming up, though, it's a big day in the NFL. The owners are meeting, all getting together, having their cocktails and doing all that kind of stuff. It looks like they're going to approve one of the things that they're talking about. But how about that tush push in the playoff seeding? And we'll talk about all of that when we continue right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know me, you listen to this show enough, you know the Roo Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to go watch any big game, any big event Then the Roo Pub with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around. You got Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals tonight. Get in and watch at the Roo Pub, and when you get in there, go hungry. You know the food is fantastic. They got about 15 different burgers on the menu. I love the fried shrimp. They got the biggest and best wings in town. That kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So we need a late-night meal. Don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road. Tomorrow, steak night, $19.95. Get in and get that 12-ounce ribeye, your potato salad for $19.95. Roo Pub has happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Hey, swing,
How long has it been since you ditched work for something actually worth it? Emails can wait. Zoom meetings? Forget about them. Skip the 9 to 5 for 9 innings. We're sending you to the ballpark instead. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is giving away pairs of tickets to see the Texas Rangers take on the St. Louis Cardinals Friday, May 30th at Globe Life Field in Arlington. Listen to the Blitz all this week. Jason and Joe will drop a ditch phrase during the show every day. When you hear it, be the first caller at 646-ESPN and win the tickets. And maybe don't mention it to your boss. Hey, you're not playing hooky. Bueller. You're honoring America's pastime. Ditch work for the Diamond with South Texas home for the Texas Rangers. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. Oh, no, wait, my phone! Come back! It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life! Come back!
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Pledge is getting weird all of a sudden, isn't he? With the music choices, he's kind of getting weird.
All of a sudden?
All of it.
Well, this is not breaking news.
Well, that's very true. It's just his musical taste has gotten a little weirder this week for some reason. This is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minnick sitting to my right, and we're going to be out at the Lion and Rose this Friday. Make your plans right now. It's the new one right there off I-10 between the Dominion and Bernie Stage Road. We're going to have giveaways every hour while we're on location. Plus, you can enjoy happy hour specials. Lion and Rose, I-10 and Dominion. Make your plans to join the Blitz out there on Friday. That's going to be a good time.
Great way to start off Memorial Day weekend.
Not bad at all.
$2.50 for your drafts. $5 wines and wells.
Nice.
And $5 appetizers.
How about that?
2 to 6.
Good.
Prizes every hour.
We're having lunch out there on Friday, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're buying, aren't you? Your turn to buy?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
$5 appetizers. Get what you want.
I'll have 5 of them. It's going to be fun. Going to be fun. Lion and Rose this Friday. NFL owners meetings going on this week, and they could really make some changes that can affect the game of football as we know it going into the year 2025. I find it interesting, though, because there hasn't been anything official out just yet. However, sources say that apparently the owners are going to allow the players to play in the Olympics, flag football, in 2028 when it comes to Los Angeles.
I'm surprised, yet I'm not. And the reason I'm not is because the NFL is making such a big push for flag football. You know, there's a couple of leagues here in the state, a lot of girls flag football, but the NFL is pushing flag football. So to have the Olympics in Los Angeles, in our country, first time there, it's like the 92 Dream Team. Like, what other country is going to beat the United States in football, right? But then again, you know, there's weird things in these NFL contracts that, you know, you hurt yourself playing pickup basketball. You hurt yourself skiing. You hurt yourself water skiing, snow skiing. You can't ride a motorcycle. You can't do, I mean, you've got, I'm not as worried about a quarterback, but you say, take a wide receiver. Take, you know, CeeDee Lamb want to play, or a Justin Jefferson, or you take any $30 million wide receiver. I want that dude in bubble wrap. I don't want him trying to make a catch in the Olympics. But I could also see where the gold medals that would be spread throughout the NFL is another way to sell the sport. Again, surprised, yet not surprised, because the NFL is pushing flag football like nobody's business.
Well, and look, if it's anything like the NBA, those players want to represent their country. Most of them do anyway, and I'm sure it's that way for a lot of players in the NFL as well. And to be able to go out there. But I'm with you. If you got a CeeDee Lamb out there, he's signed a big contract. By then, he'll be up for another one, by the way. But if you got a guy like that, you don't want him going up, catching a pass, coming down and turning an ankle or popping an Achilles or whatever else bad might happen. And that's the only concern, and it will be a concern. Although, as part of the rule, the way that I understand it, you're going to get some compensation in some form or fashion if that happens.
Yeah, good. All right, you know, little salary cap relief, and here's a, I don't know, somebody off the scrap heap. You're not going to find another CeeDee Lamb if CeeDee gets hurt, or a Justin Jefferson, or a Jamar, whoever it is, Micah Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson. Name a player that wants to play. I get the guys want to. It's the Olympics, the Olympic experience. I mean, the idea of when the Olympics are, the dates of the Olympics, and then you've got training camp. Now, these guys are all in shape. But you do wonder, how does this interfere with the NFL schedule when it comes to training camp? Now, I'm going to guess a team probably won't have more than one, maybe two players on Team USA.
Right.
I don't think this is help me out here. Can, I don't know, France recruit an American player?
No.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's happened before.
Yeah, but you got to be a French citizen, don't you, to be able to play in the Olympics.
Take a test and go, you know.
Take a test.
I mean, it's possible, right? I heard Rich Eisen, or whoever's in for Rich Eisen, they were talking about Mike Piazza playing in the Olympics for, I think it was Italy. Even though he's an American citizenship, he's got heritage, so he was able to do that. I don't know.
Interesting. I don't know how that works. Becky Hammond used to play for Russia.
She did, but she
had citizenship.
She played over there,
right?
And so had that. Again, what other country could actually compete with the United States in flag football? Now I realize flag football is very different than traditional football that we see, but to think that there is somebody else on this planet that could cover, you know, Jamar Chase, flag football or not.
The only way they could make it even is if you or I played quarterback.
Now, why would they let that happen?
Well, just to make
Lamar
it fair.
Jackson's going to be the quarterback. He's already said so.
Well, and he should be. You know, but that's the other thing. So what are you going to have, tryouts or
Sure.
I know, but
it's like Team USA basketball.
I guess so. It's going to be interesting to me, but when push comes to shove, and of course we're 3 years away from this, but when push comes to shove, are these owners going to flake on this? Because somebody's going to get hurt. You know it's going to happen. You know it is.
Well, I mean, I know they did away with the Pro Bowl when a dude shredded his knee on the sand. They stopped doing that. But it's not like every year somebody shredded their knee playing in the Pro Bowl. All it does is take one time for people to say, well, we can't do that again. You know, a one-off in the Olympics in the United States, I certainly see the NFL behind this. You know, 4 years later, when it's not in the United States, are they going to allow that? That will be interesting to see.
Well, and then again, you're talking about Summer Olympics interfering with the start of the NFL season, or at least training camp season anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that could be a problem, but it looks like they're going to approve that. At least that's what everybody is saying right now, that their sources say. Owners are going to approve that and allow them to play in 2028. The other thing that's getting a lot of conversation, if nothing else, is the playoff proposal. The NFL, the Detroit Lions of all teams, have put out this request to change that, and only the conference, the number one seeds, are immune. Right? Everybody else, whether you won your division or not, you're seeded according to your record.
I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of this.
Well, not many people are, from what I've seen.
There needs to be a reward for winning your division.
Unless you're the NFC South, and then I'm not sure you get a reward for that.
Again, there are times where it seems like over the course of time, there's times when the NFC South was one of the best, and, you know, lately it's one of the worst. You know, maybe you win your division, but if your record is sub 500, you forfeit the home game. I wouldn't mind a caveat there, but you look at, was it last year, 14 wins or whatever, and you know they're playing on the road. And I get you're mad at that because it was just that random year that everybody in your division was just that good. I see that, but I do think if you're going to have divisions, you have to have a reward for winning your division, and that's generally a home playoff game, whether your division sucks or not.
Well, the Cowboys had to face that when they went up and retired Tom Brady in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
You know, Tampa Bay's record was it were a losing record, but they won the division, and so the Cowboys had to go up there, and the Cowboys won that game. But still, I'm kind of both ways of this. What's interesting, and there's an article that I read today by Mike Florio, who says if you do this, you're almost going to have teams stay within their conference. So you're not going to have a lot of, you know, NFC teams playing AFC teams. You maybe have two of those a year. And to me, that would get pretty boring because you're going to play the teams in your division the same amount, but then you stay within the conference instead of, I don't know, the Cowboys going and playing the Las Vegas Raiders, for example.
Well, and, you know, Raiders are one example, but the Cowboys weren't very good last year, right?
No.
And generally speaking, when you have a rough year, you get a easier schedule. If you win your division, you get a tougher schedule because you're playing the other division champs. But then when you also look at the other division that you're playing, and this year for the Cowboys, it's a tough one. So while they had a rough year, it's not like they ended up with an easier schedule this year, because just look at who their opponents are. So when you look at that list of strength of schedule this year, everybody in the NFC East has a tough schedule because of everybody that they're playing. That's just the way the formula has worked forever. Some years it won't work out that way. Some years, whatever division you're getting on the AFC side, maybe it's down. I don't know. I just think I look at the proposal that Detroit put together, and it just feels like sour grapes. It's more desperate sounding than we've got to get rid of the tush push because nobody can stop it.
Well, that's the other one that they're going to vote on, the tush push. Look, I think they're going to ban it. My gut tells me they're going to ban this thing. I just think there's more against it than are for it, even though Philadelphia is lobbying all the teams right now to do it. I just think that nobody can stop it. I think that's the problem. They're using the safety portion of this to get their point across, and I think it's ridiculous. Learn how to stop it. And if I'm Philadelphia, I'm pissed.
Well, I mean, it's a yard.
Yeah, that they get every time.
Every time. It's funny, and this is where I think the NFL at times just comes across as completely hypocritical. Well, we're going to talk about the tush push for safety reasons. At the same time, we're going to flag football. We're not worried about those guys if they get hurt doing that.
And we won an 18-game schedule.
And we won an 18-game schedule. Oh, and Roger Goodell says, within the next 5 years, we'll have 16 European games. International games.
There's about that many this year, isn't there?
I mean, it's getting there. But, Roger Goodell did say today that he expects 16 regular season international games. He said likely within 5 years.
Wow.
Right? The international market is an open market for us. We're excited about our potential. Everybody's going to have games over there, is what it sounds like. It doesn't matter. And, I know there are some, like the Cowboys, tend to fight that because they don't want to give up a home game because they make so much money on a home game. The NFL does help compensate for that loss, but with that extra game right now at 17, if you've got that extra home game, it's easy to say you're going to Europe. Cowboys sometimes will be the international game when they're the visitor, but most of the time, because they are America's team, despite what some people want to believe, nobody wants to give up the home date that they have hosting the Cowboys because they know that's going to be a big game for them.
That's why I think the Chargers gave up their home game against the Chiefs. They knew there'd be more Chiefs fans in there than Charger fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it'd probably still be the same in Brazil. So, I don't know. You definitely have to do that. Minnesota's got to play 2 games back-to-back in Europe this year. So, look, Roger Goodell answers to Jerry Jones and every other owner there is. And so if they say we need more money, go to Brazil, he's doing it.
I have the privilege and the opportunity to run the NFL.
Yes, you did. So Jerry says more international games because we rake in the cash when we're over there. Wow. Unbelievable. I tell you what. It's going to be fun to watch this. And they just started today, so I don't know if we'll hear anything that comes out today. But it's going to be fascinating to watch the rest of the week. I think it's today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So something's going to come out of there.
Now, one of the other fascinating things to watch, and he's no longer NFL, but we're throwing it here in the NFL segment, because there's lots of rumors out there that Bill Belichick is now engaged. He's also apparently changed the name of his boat.
Really?
And the paint job on the back of the boat, where his boat used to be called 8 Rings. Now there's a 1 in front of it. 1 plus 8 rings.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yep. He's changed the name of his boat. It's painted there on the side.
Wedding bells for old Billy.
I mean,
bad news, Billy.
We can't yet assume that extra ring is wedding ring. But TMZ's got photos of what the boat looked like with just 8 rings, and now the one plus 8 rings. I don't know how hard it is to rename your boat, licensing and all, but...
Do you have to license that, or can you just repaint it?
Well, I mean, they've repainted it, but a lot of... speaking from, my time in the Navy, ships have names, and, it's like naming a child. You got to go through a process if you're going to rename stuff.
But that's the government.
Yeah, well, I mean, but all these boats, they're in a harbor, they're, somehow certified. I suppose whatever your license number is, that doesn't. You can paint whatever you want on the back of your boat. There's a wacky commercial with some weird boat names that I hear on this radio station. But she's already claimed the boat.
Wow. That's
according to TMZ.
I did hear today that North Carolina season tickets sold out.
Well,
gone.
Oh, yeah. Because you got to go see Jordan somewhere on the sideline.
See Jordan. Dude, let me tell you something. You're going to go to a North Carolina football game. There are going to be thousands of girls there that are going to blow little Jordan away.
Jordan.
I promise you. Yes.
I mean, she was number 3 in the Miss Maine contest.
Exactly. Out of about 10 contestants. How many women are in Maine, for God's sake?
Dude, a lot.
No, there's not.
There. Yes.
All you got is lobster fishermen and no teeth women.
No teeth? It's Maine, not Alabama.
Oh, okay. Well. Dude, how many women are in Maine?
Well, probably a lot.
Maine's about as big as his studio, isn't it?
And probably a lot of hot women in the beaches in Alabama.
Well, and certainly in North Carolina, I promise you there will be.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of shiny ladies in there.
Stop.
No doubt.
Uh-huh.
So Jordan will feel underwhelmed, I'm sure.
Not so sure.
I don't know. I just don't know. You want to give away some tickets?
Sure.
How about that Mission Impossible screening at the AMC River Center Theater? That's coming up pretty soon. I ought to get this little sheet and find out about that, huh? Maybe it's tomorrow? Tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
Okay, so tomorrow, if you want to go see a screening, the first screening, by the way, of Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning with old Tommy Cruise, you can do that if you are caller number 9 right now. Caller number 9. You get to go see an early screening of this thing. It is tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at the AMC River Center Theater. And caller number 9 is 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Good luck, and hope you win those tickets. That's going to be a great movie, no doubt about it. When you, kind of an odd question, when you're sitting on the pot and you roll the paper, does dust come off?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, that seems to be a problem with stuff that you buy at Costco.
Toilet paper dust?
Yes, we'll talk about that when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. Tonight, first pitch at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
And Doug.
Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Nigel, why does our office look like a casino?
I call it employee engagement.
Folks, right now is the ideal time to hit the jackpot on comfort with Quarter Moon's Lucky Sevens AC tune-up. It's just $77 for a complete 7-point inspection.
Excuse me, bossman. I've got a good feeling about that slot machine next to your desk. Joel, I couldn't get an advance on next week's check, could I?
Call Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating for your Lucky Sevens AC tune-up. Just $77. 210-651-5899.
License number TSAOG 141074EM16004.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The UTSA Roadrunners baseball team is simply red hot. They get 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th today to defeat Rice in the first round of the AAC tournament. They win that game by a score of 4-2. And congratulations to Spurs rookie Stephon Castle. Named Rookie of the Year earlier this year. Today, he was named as the NBA All-Rookie First Team member. Wow.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, Nelly, it's Tuesday. Keith Jackson still around? He's not, is he?
No.
I love that guy. He was fantastic. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Along with Jason Minix, I'm Joe Reinagel. You didn't like that impression of? Oh,
it was bad.
It was bad.
That was bad.
Nelly.
That was still bad.
Oh man, it is a great Tuesday here in the beautiful city of San Antonio. So happy that you made time to spend some time with us. If you're listening on YouTube, we appreciate that. You can like and subscribe our YouTube page, San Antonio or SA Sports Star, at Joe Reinagle 210 on Twitter, at Jason Minix. You can reach him there, or if you're driving around this beautiful city of San Antonio, you can call us at 656-3776, 656-ESPN. However you want to do it, we would appreciate that. It's been a great day.
It has been a great day, although the conversation's about to get crappy.
Well,
now I'm thinking about something that I don't know that I've ever thought about before.
Really? Are we doing the headline blitz?
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Fill us in, Mr. Minix. What are you thinking about you've never thought about before?
Toilet paper dust.
Oh, well, it's a great story. Have you seen this story?
Well, you sent it to me.
Well, I said it's a great story, but these people were Costco fans. Bought toilet paper from Costco for years. I think like 12 years. The wife said, no, we're no longer doing it. Because when you unroll it, the dust flies off of it. Now, I've never noticed that before, although I don't think we get our toilet paper from Costco.
Toilet paper is one of those things that you shouldn't go cheap on.
No.
Now, it's like workplace toilet paper. I don't know why they even make that sandpaper and put it out. But at home, spend the extra money for softness, for comfort, for all of the above, right? But I don't think that we've ever had Costco's Kirkland brand toilet paper in our house. I want to say we have Charmin, but I don't buy the toilet paper. I don't know. But when you've got a lot of ladies in the house, you're going to have really good toilet paper. That's almost a guarantee. Right? Now, I saw a friend of mine, Big Kevin Brock.
Yeah.
Apparently, and I'm paraphrasing because I'm not going to go back through his Facebook, but he had a Facebook post the other day that his wife admitted that she tried to go cheap on some toilet paper, and that was a grave mistake.
You can't do it, especially that really thin stuff.
Oh, I mean,
it's awful.
But now you got to worry about.
Fingers go through there and everything.
Stop! Now you got to worry. Now you got to worry about toilet paper dust.
Yes. Toilet paper dust is the damnedest thing, and the wife just finally got tired of it. She said, the hell with it, we're not doing it. They were customers for over 12 years.
Well, and there's a whole bunch of Reddit stuff about this, too. Like, this is a problem that I didn't know existed.
And thank God I've never purchased Costco brand toilet paper.
Yeah, but you're a Costco snooty type.
Well, I like Costco but I'm just glad I don't buy toilet paper there. Gosh.
Do you even know what toilet paper's in your house?
I have no clue. No, I don't. It's soft, though.
Yeah, well, sure.
It's very soft.
I Pledge, do you know what kind of toilet paper you buy?
Absolutely.
Because you buy the toilet paper? It. Maybe Becky buys it.
Well, what kind do you use, Pledge?
Cottonelle.
Cottonelle, okay.
Or Charmin Ultra Soft. Either or.
I want to say it's Charmin and it's the blue, right?
That's the ultra soft. The schwanky. The padded kind.
It's strong and soft.
Yes, both, and no dust. I can't imagine.
Well, I don't know that there's no dust there, but I can't say that I've ever noticed it. Right?
Well, this dude says his wife made the announcement Sunday morning before a Costco run. First of all, you never go to Costco on a Sunday.
Well, maybe that's
your Saturday, for goodness sake.
Unless you're going for lunch, because the grazing is fantastic.
Well, you better plan on being there all day.
I mean, what else are you doing?
I'm not going to Costco.
All right.
Goodness gracious. Dust particles would waft, according to the story, through the air when the six-pack is busted open. After a brief investigation into Kirkland toilet paper dust, it turns out more and more shoppers are fed up just like those folks.
Well, like I said, there's this whole thing about Reddit.
Wow. Who knew? Well, I mean,
a lot of people, there's a whole thing about Reddit on this deal.
How do you get rid of toilet paper dust?
I don't know. Do you dust your house?
I don't think it has anything to do with how dusty your house is.
No, but I mean, you open it up, there's dust. Then you clean up the dust.
Pledge on the toilet paper?
I'm just saying if it lands on the windowsill or whatever, right? Woman writes, I don't remember seeing toilet paper dust when I was a kid. It's because your mother cleaned. No idea. I didn't know this was a problem, but now people are going to go check for dust in their bathroom and go, let's blame the TP.
Well, dude, that should not be an issue. Why? How is there dust on the toilet paper?
Because it's little papers. I don't know. I mean, you look at this TikTok, and as she's ripping the toilet paper off, you could see all the particles that are flying through the air. I mean, and I suppose that happens. I've just never paid attention to it before.
I don't think it happens to every brand. Now, tonight, when you get home tonight, you're going to open a bag of toilet paper.
I'm not a bag of toilet paper. No. But when you watch her TikTok video, as she's pulling it off the roll and she's, separates it from the rest of the roll, when you do that, the paper, there's little particles that are flying in the air. That's the toilet paper dust. So every time you rip your toilet paper, you're creating dust, according to her. And apparently Costco has a lot more TP dust than other brands. Why? I don't know.
You know what doesn't have dust?
Dude wipes.
Exactly. That's why I use them.
How did I know you were going there?
No dust.
Uh-huh.
There is none.
Mm-hmm.
I use the toilet paper first, and then you clean up with the other. But that's the Costco brand, by the way, and there's no dust on the little wipes. It says it's safe for pipes, too. Who knows?
Until you get a letter from Sauce.
I have whatever.
Well, trying to remember what the Sauce campaign was a couple years ago. Wipes clog pipes or something like that. Even though they say they're flushable, they're really not.
Well, we've had a plumber call us before on the show, and he, got after me for doing that. But
because he's the one that is charging you a whole lot of money to go clean that up.
Well, he's probably happy about it. He should be advertising for him.
Really not happy about it because he's the plumber going out there. He's not the guy that's collecting the money.
Plumbers get paid pretty well.
They do.
They do.
They do, and they should.
I agree with that.
They should. They deserve every nickel they get.
Kids, go to plumbing school.
Mm-hmm.
You really should.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard the story about Shedeur Sanders and the fan that is suing because it took him to the 5th round? It caused him an emotional, what do you call that? Emotional
distress.
That, yeah. Is that the dumbest thing you've ever heard?
There's a lot of dumb lawsuits out there. But this guy has actually, he's pretty smart. Now, one, he's not using a lawyer. He's doing it themselves. But he has filed an emergency motion for early and targeted discovery. And everything that he asked for, I can't imagine the NFL is going to readily give up. But he wants to see all the reports and all the communications, emails, text messages, video interviews, all of this kind of stuff. I mean, this guy watches a lot of lawyer shows, a lot of them. If he truly isn't a lawyer and is saying, I'm doing this on my own without a lawyer, because a lot of times a judge, according to Mike Florio, who is a lawyer, a little bit more lenient when somebody is defending themselves. This still is going to get thrown out.
Well, I hope so. And this dude won't even identify himself.
No, not yet.
He's anonymous.
Well,
he's going to have to eventually.
Kind of wonder at some point is his last name Sanders, and if he's just trying to figure out if he was blackballed.
Exactly.
Yes.
Dude, that's the dumbest thing. Old guys like me, you, other old guys out there, LeBron's not happy with us. You see what he said? LeBron James blasts old heads for talking poop about modern NBA.
Is there toilet paper dust on that?
Well, there could be, yeah. He says he's sick and tired of the old school NBA players talking about how soft the current NBA is. And I don't know why he's tired of it. It is. Until they got to the playoffs.
Well, you get that in every sport. I mean, you take a receiver in the 70s and like, man, I couldn't go across the middle without risking my life. You guys, I mean, it's just nature. And when the guys like Charles Barkley or Shaq are talking about The current players, the players that were 20 years before them talked about them the same way. I mean, it's just the circle of life and the way the sport has evolved.
But it's changing. It's changing. If you watch the playoffs,
yeah,
it looks like Game 5 of the Detroit Spurs game back. When was that? 05. Yeah, 05. I mean, that was a physical series. That's why Indiana's going to beat New York.
We'll see.
No, they're going to. Absolutely going to. Did you hear a story about some dude who got lost?
Dude, it was a DoorDash driver. He didn't get lost. He was listening to his phone. And it's a bizarre story, and you wonder, how does this happen? And every time I think I know better than the directions, it screws you, right? So you punch it in and you listen. They say go left, you go left, or go this route, you go that route. Well, a DoorDash delivery guy somehow got through secure areas at Chicago O'Hare, drove through an active runway, and finally got stopped by a whole bunch of cops right by United Airlines plane at Chicago O'Hare. He's just trying to deliver food, and he was listening to the app, apparently, wherever it was telling him to go. How he got through a secure area? I don't know. Onto the runway? I'm guessing turn left here. All right. But Chicago O'Hare's got security questions that need to be answered more so than the DoorDash guy trying to get a tip on his food delivery.
That's a pretty big airport, too.
It is. Well, again, he went through an active runway.
Unbelievable.
And at what point when you're driving, you go, I don't think this is right.
No houses around here.
At what point do you say, I know it's told me to take a left here, but I'm on a runway?
Wow.
I remember one time we were in an Uber in Dallas, and we were driving. There's barricades on the road because of construction. And the driver missed the exit, was going straight because that's what the directions told her to do. And I'm like, hey, stop. I mean, I try not to backseat drive in a ride share, but I don't think this lady was going to stop because it said to go straight. This guy's driving on an active runway at Chicago O'Hare's International Airport.
Yeah, that's incredible. That bizarre story. Very bizarre. Almost as bizarre as getting fined $25,000 for wearing a T-shirt to a press conference. Happened to Jalen Williams after OKC beat the Nuggets. We'll talk about that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Morning Huddle.
I also like George Clooney in general. Probably the most handsome man I could think of.
I think he smells of cinnamon spice.
I was once asked by a...
not cologne, cinnamon and leather.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states and situations.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. At UMGC, turn your military rank into college credit. Eligible enlisted service members and previously enlisted veterans may receive up to 12 credits for select undergraduate courses based on their rank, and up to 90 credits in total for prior learning, military experience, and training. Visit umgc.edu/SATX to learn more.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count, because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team: Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples prints it all.
Oh, you bet. Posters, banners.
Can you print it all for Father's Day?
Oh, of course. Photo gifts like canvas prints, photo puzzles.
Can you print it all for graduation?
Sure can. Custom cards and invites.
Can you print a huge banner with the grad's picture?
Oh, definitely.
Even an embarrassing baby picture?
Oh, those are the best kind.
I know, right?
Print it all for dads and grads at Staples. And right now, get 40% off custom cards, invites, and photo gifts. N75 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Gentlemen, testosterone levels can start dropping in your 30s, leading to low energy, reduced libido, and slower metabolism. Rock's Discount Vitamins is making it easy to take back control. No appointments and no prescriptions. Just head into a Rock's and walk out with a natural solution tailored to you. Our powerful line of natural testosterone boosters can help increase energy, build muscle, rev up your metabolism, and reignite your drive. You'll feel the difference and fast. Visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God in South Texas.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
That sounds like Metallica, which means we should probably give some tickets away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a Metallica cover band, right, that's going to be performing at the Aztec Theater. That is coming up on, May 25th.
Sunday night.
This Sunday night. The only album quality cover band, according to this. So if you'd like to go see that, what do you think? Caller number 7? You like 7?
You want to do 7?
You want to do
that's a little.
than
You're a little nice. I mean, because the actual Metallica 72 is, but we won't do that. So we'll stay with 7.
All right. The only album quality Metallica tribute, May 25th, live at the Aztec Theater. If you want to go see that, you can call us right now, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Caller number 7. You're going to win those tickets. And we got some breaking news.
You want the sad or the not sad?
Well, do the sad first,
right,
and then we'll cheer everybody up.
Pun intended?
Yes.
That was. George Wendt has passed away at the age of 76. Norm from Cheers, according to his publicist, died at his home this morning. They're asking for privacy, cause of death, not yet known.
Wow, 76.
76.
I always get a little nervous when guys die young like that. He was great. He was great.
You gotta pour one out for old Norm today.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
The other breaking news, the NFL has made it official. The owners have passed the Olympics will allow NFL players to participate in flag football. Roger Goodell says in a statement, quote, "It's an incredible honor for any athlete to represent their country in the Olympics, which is the pinnacle of global sport. I know firsthand that the inclusion of flag football in the Olympics has sparked a tremendous amount of excitement among NFL players interested in the chance to compete for their country on the world stage. We are thrilled that they will now have that chance."
You know, I'm surprised. They went in and got that done. There were reports earlier today that it was going to happen, from sources, but that they got that done, that must have been a priority for those guys to get that done and get it out of the way.
And get it out of the way. It felt like it was the easiest one. All right, we're doing this. And they haven't yet announced the vote, but obviously the majority won. But the NFL pushed this. The NFL has been pushing flag football, so you knew this was going to happen, especially with the Olympics being in the United States.
Well, it's going to be fun to watch, and I can't wait to see how they do it. Hopefully explanations will be coming as to the process to get players and how many players each team is going to be allowed and all of that kind of stuff. So, but I'm kind of excited about that, I guess. I mean, but I'm with you. I just don't know that anybody's going to be able to compete with the good old U.S. of A.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is easy gold medal. But, it's weird. It's 2025. So, immediately I'm thinking about all the examples of who I think is going to represent the United States.
Right.
In the 2028 Olympics?
Arch Manning.
Well, it's possible. I mean, how many of these dudes are in college right now? How many of the guys that are going to compete aren't necessarily on the radar right now? You think about young guys on rookie contracts. You wonder when push comes to shove, these guys that are making close to or more than $100 million, what's in their contract and will that allow? What provisions are going to be there for guaranteed money if you get hurt doing this, and how much the business side will affect? Dude on a rookie contract, you could say maybe less likely because he wants to ensure that he's going to get that big contract. Guy that's already got the big contract and guaranteed money, a little easier for him to say, if I got hurt, I got an insurance policy, I can afford that, and I'll be okay. And again, we're talking about 2028, so a lot of the guys that I said earlier, Lamar Jackson's going to be the quarterback, and in 3 years maybe he is, but maybe in 3 years he's not going to want to do it.
No, he may not want to, and it may have to be young guys. And if I'm an owner, I'd rather have a guy on a rookie contract go out there. So if he gets hurt, you can just cut him. It won't be any problem. It's a salary cap credit for any player who is injured, which is going to be fascinating to see how they do it. I don't know, but I guess I'm happy about it. I don't know. Are you a big Olympics guy? I'm really not. Now, there's certain things that I like, but
I am when the Olympics roll around. And when they're not around, I'm kind of like you. There are certain events that I will watch, and then others you start watching because they're sports you don't see all the time, especially the Winter Olympics. The Summer Olympics, you get into the track and field just because it's incredible, and I'll watch this. Just for the record, according to Albert Breer, Justin Jefferson just arrived at the NFL owners' meetings. Minnesota's practice facility is adjacent to the hotel, so it's close, but you'd imagine that Justin Jefferson, when they have the press conference here in a bit talking about flag football, is going to be front and center for that because he's been one that has talked a lot about wanting to play flag football in the Olympics.
Well, I'm kind of blah on the whole thing. I guess it's okay and it's good, and if the NFL's happy, then that's awesome, but I'm just kind of like, it's 3 years from now. Are we supposed to get excited?
Well, I mean, what's going to happen between now and in 3 years? Will there be some flag football competitions? that are televised. Like you see what's going on in high schools with the 7-on-7. Let's face it, June, July rolls around. If there's some flag football on TV, you're probably going to stop down and watch.
Well, why don't the NFL could get like 6 teams together, right? Guys on there, and the winner goes.
A little tournament?
Little tournament?
I don't know. I mean,
I'd watch that.
Now you got your Olympic team. It's kind of like Team USA basketball. You have the Olympic team, and then you have other guys that have USA on their jersey.
True.
Very
true. Yeah.
Well, the flag football might be a bunch of dudes in the UFL or college, but when the Olympics roll around, we'll see the NFL stars.
There's no question about it. Speaking of stars, Jason, we got a star coming on this program in about 5 minutes or so. Deborah Knapp is retiring from KENS 5 after a glorious career. She is going to join us next right here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, summer is here. Time for gatherings, time with friends and family, activities, vacations. How are you going to keep up with it if low testosterone is draining your energy? The answer is simple. TRT with Synergenics or Low T Center. Go to the website fixmylowt.com. They might seem convenient, but many online TRT services can be a hassle just to get started. You spend hundreds of dollars wasting time with unreliable test kits, and then you got to wait for days to get your lab results, and that's before you even begin at treatment. They say you meet with a doctor, but sometimes you don't even see an actual person on screen. Do you really want to trust your health to a chat? Worst of all, you have to wait again just to get your meds in the mail. Does not sound like quality care, not in any shape or form. You want to trust the experts at Synergenics and Low T Center. They've been changing patients' lives for a combined 25 years. They understand what guys need. They are in person, and they make it easy to get started with the quality of care you deserve. And never a better time to start TRT than right now, because the consultation is free, the T-test is free, and it's fast because they have an on-site lab to process your test quickly. And if you qualify, you can start treatment that same day. Locations all over the San Antonio area, so there is one near you. Synergenics and Low T Center give you the power to take control of your health. You even have the option of white glove in-center care or medically monitored custom dose TRT at home. And if you're just looking to lose a few pounds, Synergenics and Low T Center make it easy with prescription weight loss medication, and you'll receive a free B12 shot on that same day. Most major insurances are accepted, so you have no excuse. Right now, go to fixmylowt.com to book your initial appointment. That's fixmylowt.com.
How long has it been since you ditched work for something actually worth it? Emails can wait. Zoom meetings? Forget about them. Skip the 9 to 5 for 9 innings. We're sending you to the ballpark instead. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is giving away pairs of tickets to see the Texas Rangers take on the St. Louis Cardinals Friday, May 30th at Globe Life Field in Arlington. Listen to the Blitz all this week. Jason and Joe will drop a ditch phrase during the show every day. When you hear it, be the first caller at 646-ESPN and win the tickets. And maybe don't mention it to your boss. Hey, you're not playing hooky. Bueller. You're honoring America's pastime. Ditch work for the Diamond with South Texas home for the Texas Rangers. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now, there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC. Used with permission.
Cool. Oh, hi. Welcome to IKEA. How can I help? Isn't this the parking lot of my daughter's ballet class?
It sure is, but I see you're on IKEA.com ordering some spring items.
Yeah, I'm hosting a barbecue this week. I completely forgot I need everything.
With delivery or pickup options, we've got what you need to conveniently order IKEA literally anywhere.
Convenient. Wait, where are you going?
The next car over just placed an IKEA order too. Busy morning.
You're amazing.
Get IKEA whenever, wherever, however you want. Order from IKEA online and get affordable delivery or choose from thousands of pickup locations.
Imagine selling your home and getting paid before and after it sells. It's like getting paid twice. Jason Minix here from San Antonio Sports Star. You can do that with Orchard. Orchard puts cash into your pocket so you can buy your dream home. Then your Orchard experts prepare and market your old home, including repairs, showings, even price-boosting upgrades. And here's why Orchard's the best. When your home sells for more, which happens 9 times out of 10, you get that cash too. It's almost like getting paid twice. That's why Orchard is the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to sell your home. Orchard can unlock cash from your old home to use on your new home. That's payday 1. Then you buy your new place, and once you're in, Orchard sells your old home for top dollar. You get that money too. Boom, payday 2. Learn how you can make more with Orchard. Start with your free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we are dedicated to helping you live life fully, playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit iffhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was going to unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Welcome back to the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. Jason Minix is here as well, over to my right. And we've got royalty in the house. Aww. Without a doubt, I am very excited about this because Deborah Knapp is joining us via the Buyers Barricades guest line. Deborah, you are calling it a day, and I know everybody is very sad about that. Thank you so much for taking some time today to join Jason and I.
Oh, Joe. Jason, thank you for having me on. Yes, I have all kinds of mixed feelings. I've just been blessed by this city to work here for so long. I mean, they've made my career possible.
Well, you know, and Deborah, and you think about as long as you have been on television and, you know, the connection that you have made with so many in this city that feel like they know you because they've watched you for years and years. And I know you've cut back on the schedule some, but take us through the process of you decided, you know, this is finally it.
Well, I've I've been in the business 48 years, and I love what I do. I still love it as much as when I was at MacArthur High School and took my first journalism course when I was 14, and I just knew this is what I wanted to do, be a reporter. But I turned 70, and I thought, you know what? I need to prioritize my family and my friends. And so that was really the decision. I just thought I need to spend more time. My daughter lives in Hong Kong with my grandchildren, and I'd like to spend more time there. So it was really hard because I love everybody I work with. And oh, my gosh, I just loved working with Joe Reinagle. Oh, those were just magical days, a magical time.
Boy, Deborah, you're right. They were magical times. We had so much fun together as well. And I have fond memories of those. But when you talk about, and when I made that decision to step aside there, it was the people that was the hardest to leave. The job was great, and I love the job. But I know you feel the same way because – and I say that when I introduce you, but you are royalty there at KENS 5.
Oh, Joe, thank you. No. But I'm just part of a big team here. But the team is fabulous. I mean, their heart's in it. They work so hard. So many young people that I've loved mentoring, and that's really hard to walk away from. That is, and I just keep having those pangs. But I just know it's time. It's the right time.
Deborah,
and I'm still going to be active,
Absolutely. You're going to retire, but you're not going to slow down. I can promise you that. Yeah. Although I'm guessing you're not going to come do sports talk radio. Although there seems to be a pipeline from KENS to do that. As Deborah Knapp from KENS TV joins us here on the Blitz. I would imagine since you made your retirement announcement, and final show will be tomorrow on KENS TV, that everywhere you go, people are congratulating you on a career and probably telling you stories, or you've been telling a lot of stories. Give us some good stories, like for our people that have been listening that have been watching you for years. A good Dan Cook, Chris Maru, Albert Flores type story.
Well, I did just share this story with the paper. It's fun. I have a lot of Dan Cook stories, but not things I can say on the radio or put in the paper. He was completely unfiltered and lived by his own rules. And he would come in, this is in the 70s, and he had his bar, the timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he would come to work at night, and he'd be drinking scotch. And so finally they told him, Dan, you can't be drinking scotch anymore at work. So he switched his scotch into a Folgers coffee can. And he was drinking that, and one night the news director came in and he goes, Dan, what have you got in that Folgers can? He said, lemonade. And Bob Rogers said, let me have a taste of that. And Dan said, get your own damn lemonade. He was so fun. He was so much fun.
Deborah, all of you guys, when you started, when it was Chris Maru, Dan Cook, Albert Flores, you, Fred Lozano, I mean, the old, the originals, I should say. That's not what I meant to say. The originals. I mean, KENS TV at that time was simply untouchable, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, we were a dominant number one. And at the time, there were only 3 television stations. And Bob Rogers was our news director, and he was brilliant. He was just brilliant in how he had us all working. And we were the first with a satellite truck, the first with a helicopter. We were just ahead of the game. And, of course, now the market is fractured, as you know, with cable and everything else. But it was a really special time to be here. And working with originals like Chris Maru and Dan Cook, I mean, that was just an experience of a lifetime, those 2 guys. And they were so funny together.
When you've got that magic, and for so long KENS had that, and like you said, dominant number one, but the TV world has changed, yet you've managed to stay in and on your decision decide when it was time to go, and not many get that.
No, I feel so blessed to be leaving of my choosing, because in this business that doesn't happen often enough, I guess. And I mean, we've seen that just in the last year here with downsizing and companies buying up television stations. So I do feel so fortunate that the company just told me I could stay as long as I wanted. And now is the time, I think, for my family, for me to step back.
Deborah Knapp joining us here on the Blitz, Ken's 5 television for a long, long time, a staple here in San Antonio, no question. You know, Deborah, just not to bring it to me, but when I left, it was Bill Taylor, it was you, it were the people there that worked at Ken's 5 that was the absolute hardest to say goodbye to, and it was an emotional night for me, and I can honestly imagine it's going to be an emotional night for you as well.
I'm sure it will be. I've been just refusing to think about it, during these last 2 weeks. And, leaving Bill Taylor is going to be so hard because I love him. He's my best friend here at work. Henry Ramos. I mean, there are people that I'm just so close to. And, I won't be seeing them every day. And they would just light up my life every day to walk in and see these people in the newsroom. So I'll just be having to watch them on TV, and I'll, like when you left, that left a hole in my heart. And so, but how lucky are we to have good friends like that at work?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, they're just they're the best. And even going back when you're talking about Dan and Chris, I mean, they were so good to me and helped my career along so much, as did you. And so I just you miss people like that. You sure do.
Well, and you talk about the people, but also your role, your job, so influential. Are there a couple of stories that you are most proud of that you were able to get on the air, or news that you were able to break, an interview that you were able to do that made a major difference in this city?
Well, years ago, like in the 90s, maybe it was late 90s, I did a series on keeping. It's when Fabian Dominguez was killed. He was a police officer, and there's a jail named for him. But 3 teenagers from, I think, Lee High School had broken into a house. A fellow student had said, "My parents aren't going to be home. Come on in, take whatever you want." And he saw that he was coming off duty in the early morning hours, and he saw a car parked there. So he pulled up. They came out. One of the kids pulled out a gun and killed him, and then shot him again. And they were all in high school. And all 3 of them got death row, and because of the law of parties, the company you keep. And so I did a series on that, on choices that you make. And I went to death row, and I talked to a person on death row who was not the trigger man, but he was there in the car. And then they ran that series in after-school detention programs all across San Antonio for about 3 years for kids to see this is what can happen, the choices you make. And I was really proud of that series kind of making a difference. And I guess, stories I've done with education. And for 20 years, I did the Excel Award, and now Sarah Fergani is doing that, where we recognize a teacher in every school district and give them $1,000 and do a story on them. Because teachers just we can't hold them up high enough, all that they do. And so I'm really proud of that work.
Deborah Knapp joining us here on the Blitz. And Deborah, the one thing that many things I remember about you, but the one thing that always impressed me, and it didn't matter where they came from or how old they were, when a new reporter came into the building there in the newsroom at Ken's 5, you were always the first one to go to them and make them feel at home and help them with whatever they needed. You never had an ego, is what I mean. You never did. You were just so willing to help. Why did you feel like you needed to do that?
I don't think I felt like I needed to, but I wanted to. I remember in 1999, our news director said, "You're just the newsroom mom." And I thought, oh, I guess I am the newsroom mom. But I know how it feels. I remember being a young reporter, and I had great mentors. So I was Don Colson way back in 1977 when I started. He went in and he worked with me in the audio booth, and Quinn Matthews helped me with my writing. And they just made all the difference in my career. And, if I could help others a little bit that way, that's a blessing to me. That's really a blessing to me.
Deborah Knapp joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. Final show tomorrow, and then off to retirement. I know you said you don't want to think about it, but have you thought about it? Anything special that you're planning tomorrow for your final newscast?
No, they're planning things for me for 5 o'clock. So I don't know. I'll be surprised, I'm sure. And the newsroom has just, they've been so kind. And I guess, I've thought about what I'll say at the end, and I've thought about that, and I've invited Joe and Sarah Lucero, Jeff Brady to come and join us, and we'll have a reception here at the station afterwards with all my Ken's family. So I'm really looking forward to that.
So no chance you use up that final sick day tomorrow?
No. And Jack said, now, this is what we're planning. He's the news director, Jack Acosta. Unless news breaks, that everything goes out the window. So it's, they've planned a 5 p.m. newscast for me unless something big happens here in the city. So,
all right, everybody in the city, behave yourselves. Don't do anything tomorrow. It is Deborah Knapp's day tomorrow, no doubt. Deborah, what are your plans after? Do you have a vacation planned? Are you going to Hong Kong, or is there something special you got planned to kind of celebrate your retirement?
Well, my daughter and the grandchildren are coming to the States in June, so I'm going to go up and I'll spend a couple weeks with them, and they'll be here for 2 months. So I plan to spend a lot of time with them. That's a priority. And then my husband and I are talking about maybe going to South America in the fall.
Nice.
And then I plan to exercise a lot. I want to get into the best shape of my life. So that's my other plan.
Well, Deborah, you never age anyway. I mean, my goodness, you look the same now as you did 30 years ago.
Well, thank you, Joe.
And that's coming from Joe. I'm trying to figure out math. I mean, 48 years at Ken's. Joe did 25, yet you're younger. I don't understand how this works.
Jason, thank you.
She certainly looks younger, that's for sure. No doubt about it.
But you act younger, so you got that.
Well, I'm immature. That's my problem, yes.
He is the kid. He is the kid when he was here.
Man, and now I guess with your retirement, does that leave Bill Taylor as the longest tenured on-air over there? I mean, do we really want to make sure he has that mantle now? Yes,
we do. He's so dedicated. Yeah, 29 years for Bill. Bill, and as Joe knows, people always confuse Joe and Bill, and I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah, they still do.
Still do.
I know. We even had a producer once walk up to Bill and say, now with the Spurs, I thought I'd give you an extra minute, and do you want to go in the first segment? And Bill goes, I think I'll just do weather like I normally do.
I'm surprised Bill didn't take the minute and get a chance to talk some Spurs.
Yeah, me too. It's funny, Deborah, because it's still, and I've been gone from Ken's, believe it or not, for 3 years, and
wow, I can't believe.
And still, when I'm out, people will think I'm Bill Taylor still, and so it's crazy. It happens all the time, but I love it, and I love Bill Taylor, that, and so it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, you guys are about the same age, and both have big personalities. Handsome guys, I can see, and you're great friends. So.
Yes, we are.
Great.
Well, Deborah, I can't tell you how much Jason and I appreciate you coming on today, talking about some memories and what you're going to do. It's been such a great career. You've meant so much to this city, to me. You meant so much to me, and I just appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. And Jason, thank you so much for having me on.
Well, thank you for jumping on with us, and congrats on an incredible career.
No question about it. My goodness. Deborah Knapp joining us here. She will step down from the anchor booth. Tomorrow night is her final telecast.
5 o'clock.
Yeah.
There's Fred Villarreal writes on YouTube, the GOAT in local television.
No doubt. I agree with that.
And you think about you were a part of that for so long.
Yeah.
And, we use the term GOATs and legends, and, when you have that kind of longevity, you kind of get lumped into that. But you think about people that have been here since the 90s, the consistency of the television personalities. Now, there's been a lot that have come and gone, but, you know, you look at KSAT with Steve Spreester, probably you have to go Don Harris over at News 4 and David Chancellor, who, you know, is doing mornings there, Bill Taylor,
Chuck
Michatenic. You know, it's, you know, so many like you decided when you wanted to walk away, and not many get that opportunity. I mean, you know, we've seen, you know, at some other TV stations with some long-time, big-time stars that, you know, the nasty side of the business, they didn't necessarily get to choose their departures.
Well, I got to tell you, the one thing about this city, the city of San Antonio, and when I got into the business in 1997, the TV business, I mean, people watched local television religiously, and they revered and looked up to, I guess is the right word, I don't know, the television personalities. And, you know, some folks know how to act, some don't. Deborah Knapp was always the same, whether she was on TV or whether you saw her at a Fiesta event or at the grocery store. It didn't matter. And that's what made her so special. And why everybody loves her the way they do today.
Yeah, it's because she's been doing the early shows for so long. It's been a long time since I've actually seen her anchor, because, you know, when she's anchoring, we're on the air.
Or something,
you know,
like
it's like
that,
you're going to dip out early tomorrow to go to the party.
And I appreciate that.
That's an exclusive invite. You know, and you get invited to those things, and somehow Ryan Eagle got that invite.
Well, it's an
honor.
I put in 25, of course. When she called me and asked if I'd be there, I got to make that happen. And you were nice enough to take Dax. Our boss was nice enough to let me slip out of here a little early tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that, although I'm afraid there's going to be a lot of tissue needed, I'm sure.
Yeah, just don't worry. There's just no dust.
No dust.
No. Now, are you going to shave when you go over there?
No.
They might not let you in.
Well, I've been over there since with the facial hair. I may have to trim it up a little bit, maybe put a little dye on it or something, and, you know, look a little younger. But,
go find that old makeup room.
I will. I'll find my old desk. There might be some old makeup in there I can use. Who knows?
And that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is.
Do you and Nate Ryan use the same kind of makeup?
I don't think so. Nate's a little bit younger than I am, so he may not need as much makeup as I do. You want to bring up the room a little bit? How about Cowboys cheerleaders always bring up the room a little bit, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Let's give away some tickets to go see the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders on tour. The live show and audition is May 25th at the Majestic Theater. If you don't win them here tonight, you can go online at livenation.com. But I don't know, Minix, what do you think? Deborah was there in TV 48 years.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
We're not going to do that?
No, I love Moose Johnston, but since George Pickens was wearing number 13 today at OTAs, let's go caller 13. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776.
Oh, my goodness. We're going to rank some quarterbacks coming up in the next hour, and we've got to get some people qualified as well for the ACL and those Rangers-Cardinals tickets. We got to give those away as well. We'll do all that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Whether it's you, a family member, a friend of yours, your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Riding I-35 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hey San Antonio, this is Kelly Finglass, Senior Director of the world-famous Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders. Don't miss your chance to see our all-new theater production, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders on Tour. A night of dazzling performances, electrifying dance routines, a Q&A session, and even a live audition. We're coming to you for one night only, May 25th at the Majestic Theater. Tickets are limited, so go to DallasCowboysCheerleaders.com/tour to learn more today.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need for your sunny days delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? Well, you can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get a chicken parmesan delivered. A cabana? That's a no. But a banana? That's a yes. A nice tan? Sorry, nope. But a box fan? Happily, yes. A day of sunshine? No. A box of fine wines? Yes. Uber Eats can definitely get you that. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. Product availability may vary by region. See app for details.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the mountains or go pick up your dry cleaning? RV wins! Are we cleaning the gutters or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Are we getting a new passport or cruising up the coast? RV wins!
Don't forget, you got that trip to Sweden coming up.
Oh, yeah, passport, then RV.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the UTSA Roadrunners off to a great start in the baseball, the AAC tournament. They beat Rice today by a score of 4-1. And, of course, Spurs rookie Stephon Castle named Rookie of the Year earlier this year. Today, he was named as a member of the NBA All-Rookie First Team. NBA Conference Finals get underway tonight. The Minnesota Timberwolves in Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder Game 1. You can catch it right here, 94.1 at 7.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, that too, from that old dude. Come on. What about it? This is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Along with Jason Minix, I'm Joe Reinagel, and Is it Taco Tuesday? Does it always have to be Taco Tuesday?
Well, yeah.
It does?
It's kind of a thing.
Is that a law now?
Kind of like Hump Day Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Taco Tuesday.
Football Friday.
Yeah. I didn't see anybody bring any tacos.
I had tacos.
Oh, you did?
I did.
All I saw was chips and queso.
Well, because I had finished the tacos.
So
by the time you walked in with your sandwich.
I had a Slotsky's today.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Slotsky's is always good.
It's solid. It doesn't go with Tuesday, though. Slotsky Tuesday. I don't know. It's got a ring to it, doesn't it?
No.
No?
Don't ever do that again. The Schlotsky's it doesn't really. No.
Of course. Anything goes with that.
You go to that hot dog place tomorrow.
Was it Wiener Day?
Wiener Wednesday.
Wiener Wednesday.
It could be a whole new thing.
Dude, I love wieners. That's underrated, isn't it?
It is.
A wiener schnitzel up there? It really is.
Yeah, I got a coupon on my last visit there that I get a free corn dog on my next visit.
I'm not a huge corn dog
Of
fan.
course you're not.
Well, I mean, I'll eat them.
But
right?
if it's free, why not?
As long as there's mustard on it.
Well, of course.
Yeah, their chili cheese dogs are awesome. Love those things. They're great.
You're getting hungry?
I am. So let's see. We've got to find a keyword for our Rangers Cardinals tickets that we're going to be giving away this hour. By the way, we'll do that some point in this hour. So it has to do with something for skipping work.
Ditching work. That's what the promo says. So
wow.
you got to follow the rules because
ditching work. Well, I never ditch work.
What are you doing tomorrow at 4?
Well, that's an excused absence.
Are you ditching work?
That's an excused absence.
I mean, if you've got days, you might as well use them.
So, all right.
As long as they get approved, which doesn't always happen.
Well, then, keyword is Deborah. How about that? That's why I'm ditching work. Now, nobody else can use that, but you're not liking that one?
Deborah's fine.
Deborah's fine. All right, pledge, Deborah.
You're in a roundabout way. I could see how you're trying to make that work.
I'm trying to make it work. I come up with something. So
when you get a sternly worded email from Dax in a little while about coming up with a keyword about ditching work, I don't think Deborah was on his list.
Well, it is now.
I mean,
you just said I'm ditching work. What am I ditching work for?
It's a roundabout way to get there.
I think it's great. I
mean,
can make it work.
You know, Dax went through, and I don't know how many words he came up with trying to come up with a good list, and you're just going to go with Deborah.
Well, see, here's the thing. Dax probably has heard all the excuses there are, being program director for as long as he has. So people, calling in with excuse after excuse after excuse. Now he's never heard of Deborah. I got him on that one.
You do?
I got him.
I'm curious for all you management types. What's the best, most comical excuse you've ever heard from an employee calling in with their BS to not show up for work? I imagine there's some managers out there listening that are laughing. They tell these stories all the time. That'd be interesting. Comment them there on the keyword is Deborah. So when we ask for the keyword in a little while, you're going to win a pair of tickets to go see the Rangers and Cardinals next Friday. Now, keep in mind, this game is in Arlington. So if you can't get off work, you don't use the Deborah excuse next Friday because she'll be retired by then. You get off work. If you can't go to Arlington next Friday, don't try to win the tickets. Leave them for somebody that can actually go to the game.
Now, again, you've got to get there. If you want to stay the night, you got to do that too. You're on your own. All we're giving you is tickets.
Yeah.
Okay, so just so you know that. So keep that in mind. But Jason and I will be there. We're actually going to do the Blitz from Globe Life Field on Friday. So that'll be fun. And maybe, if we know where you're at, we'll hang out with you. So that could be a lot of fun, too. So keep that in mind. The keyword is Deborah. Now, this is for the Rangers-Cardinals tickets. All right? What are you laughing at, man?
He's got a text. Some people don't know how to follow instructions. Comment your good stories on YouTube. You can tweet them. And I guess if you got my cell phone, you could do that, like Rudy over at Artesia Springs Water. He had an employee that called in 3 times that the same grandparent died. 3 times. Same grandparent died 3 times.
Now, did he keep track of the grandparent?
Apparently.
Wow. Well, it must have worked twice.
Well, I mean, when somebody's not showing up, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know what you're going to do.
Died 3 times.
I think it's funny. So it's 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Paul is on line 1. He's got a work call in.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, gentlemen, how y'all doing? Yeah, we had an employee that got FMLA for her dog. She claims that was her baby, that was her kid. So she would try to call in and use FMLA for her dog.
So what would she say was wrong with the dog?
Well, apparently the dog had seizures, and so she when she went to the vet, she had the vet fill out the FMLA paperwork and submitted it, and it worked for a while, but then nothing's been caught on, and they're like, well, hold on, how are you going to call in for an animal? so that was kind of odd.
I mean, I guess a pet emergency. Appreciate it, Paul. That could work once or twice.
Well,
I mean, if your dog's got to go to the vet's emergency, I don't know that I'd be mad at that.
A lot of people consider their dogs as kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? I mean, treat them the same way.
I can promise you, in the Reinagel household, if there was some sort of accident and Joe and the dog got hurt at the same time, Joe would be on his own.
Absolutely. There's no question. It's here, just call 911. I got to go. That's what Maggie would say. Last night, I get the call as I'm driving home. Oh, no, I gave the wrong dog the other dog's medicine.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
And she was worried about it. So I've called the vet. The emergency line's not working. I'm really worried about it. And I've got these pills, so we got one dog that's really old that takes these brain pills. So if they have a seizure, you give them this other pill. So instead of work, and so for about an hour after I got home, now we're on dog watch, and I think this dog, because it's some kind of brain stuff, was having hallucinations, like it was like all over the place and just kind of groggy, right? But this dog was like, ooh, just goofy looking. But yeah, I mean, it happens, right?
So what happened with the dog?
Well, it was just fine, and nothing. The medicine wore off.
One pill.
I guess it was all right.
So the dog that doesn't need the help just got a good high last night.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, that was like a trip and a half. This dog was eyes all big, and she was seeing all kinds of things.
You're like, I need one of those pills.
Yeah, I'm starting to say, it's like, damn, that looks pretty good. Just kind of laid there for a while, and had a good time. Looked like the dog was having a great time. I'm telling you. So you got to be careful.
How was your Monday?
You got to be careful, right? When you're giving dogs medicine. Maggie says she tried to get, because you wrap in a little piece of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And she says she tried to get it out of there, but
no,
dog, it was down the hatch quick. It was gone.
My old dog Bailey. It was hard to get that dog any medicine.
Oh yeah.
You'd wrap it in whatever you want. The good stuff would be gone, and somehow the pill would land up on the floor.
Some dogs are talented
I have no whoa, what do you got in here? I'm eating the cheese. That pill? Nope.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, man, it was scary there for a minute, because we're talking about the $6 million dog here with 2 new knees and all the good stuff. Yeah. When that dog goes, dude, I may call in sick for about a month. My wife's going to go. She's not going to handle that well, I'm telling you.
So, wait, the dog with the 2 new knees.
Yeah.
Has brain issues now?
No.
Oh, it got high last night. Yeah.
It's the dog with the knees had the trip last night. Yeah.
Reinagel giving his dog mushrooms. Or what's that stuff that Aaron Rodgers takes? Ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca.
Dude, I don't know. I didn't do it.
Oh, yeah. Don't blame your wife.
Oh, I am blaming her.
Don't blame your wife.
Well, she's on an airplane. So she's
you're safe. Could you imagine how guilty if something were to happen?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And especially that dog.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
That 2 new knees for that dog.
Dude, when that dog died, I'm telling the vet doing autopsy, I want those knees out of there.
What are you going to do with them?
I'm going to hang them around a chain right here.
Just mount it like it's
I'm
a deer?
Mount it, yes. Paid for those. I'm not letting them get away. Ever letting them get away. All right. Hey, Schottenheimer today. He spoke, and the guy was pretty damn good. And I just wonder if Cowboy fans are regretting if they were sad about the Schottenheimer hire now that he talks, and he sounds like a pretty good dude. What about you, Minix? You didn't like that hire.
I did not like the hire, but I'm coming around the more I hear him talk. Dude still has to win games. It's the offseason. But the more you hear him talk, the more you understand why the Joneses made the decision that they made.
And we will hear him talk when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. My Kinetico quality water softener, I love this thing. Had it in my house for some time now, and it is a game changer. There's no doubt about it. And I was a skeptic. I really thought this thing was not going to be any better than anything else I've ever had, but I was wrong, and I was proven wrong right away. I mean, it doesn't take long to figure out that this is the absolute best water softener on the market. You know, Kinetico's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. All their products are made right here in America. And what I love about it is you don't plug it in. This thing doesn't run on electricity. It runs on that kinetic energy. Whatever it runs on, it provides soft water to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is the best product on the market. I don't think there's any question about it. And for a limited time right now, they're going to give you a free reverse osmosis drinking station right there at your kitchen sink. They'll install it there. And basically what that is bottled water right at your kitchen sink. So you don't have to go out and buy bottled water. You got it right there. They'll also give you $400 trade-in of your old water softener and some free money. 0% interest for 12 months. It is a heck of a deal. You know deals like this are not going to last long. Call Kinetico of San Antonio in the Hill Country. The numbers to call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at KineticoSA.com. You know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE. Kinetico.
We had so much fun last week, we're doing it again. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is gearing up once more to send you to the Austin City Limits Music Festival. 9 stages, 2 weekends. More big-time artists than at Texas Tailgate during rodeo season. October 3rd through the 5th, and again October 10th through the 12th. Right up the road in the live music capital of the world. We're talking Sabrina Carpenter, Hosier, Doja Cat, Luke Combs, The Strokes, John Summit, Doechii, Fade, and a whole mess of other artists turned up Zilker Park into the biggest backyard party in Texas. Listen to the Morning Huddle and the Blitz all this week for another shot to win a pair of 3-day wristbands to Weekend 2. We'll crown one lucky winner on each show this Friday, and every qualifier scores a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Cold drinks, hot pizza, 3-day ACL wristbands. Now, that's a South Texas trifecta. Grand Slam in the bottom of the 9th. Want to skip the contest and buy your way in? Head to aclfest.com. But we say, why pay when you can win? With 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. Tonight, first pitch at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
Gentlemen, testosterone levels can start dropping in your 30s, leading to low energy, reduced libido, and slower metabolism. Rock's Discount Vitamins is making it easy to take back control. No appointments and no prescriptions. Just head into a Rock's and walk out with a natural solution tailored to you. Our powerful line of natural testosterone boosters can help increase energy, build muscle, rev up your metabolism, and reignite your drive. You'll feel the difference and fast. Visit rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God in South Texas.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
How is it you not buckle? Cammy, we're not going far. Mm-hmm. You must be my dumbest grandkid. But I know these roads well. Mm-hmm. This big old truck will protect me and you. Mm-hmm. Ugh. Am I gonna get a ticket? Mm-hmm.
Save the excuses. Buckle up and avoid a fine up to $200. Click it or ticket. Day and night.
Mm-hmm.
A message from TxDOT.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, that's funny stuff. Funny stuff.
Hey, you can't talk
the
about
breaks.
that.
We need to have the breaks.
No.
Sometimes on
on
the air, right?
No.
Hey, everybody, this is The Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel, along with Jason Minix, and watching a video that is just hilarious. Disturbed and nothing more. Can you explain that without losing your job?
Yes. So last Wednesday night, I went to dinner with my daughter and Mark and Dan from the band Nothing More. And they're wrapping up the tour. They played Phoenix Thursday night. We went to that show, and then their last part of this tour was Saturday in Vegas. And we're just talking to them. My kid was asking, like, "What do you guys do?" And there's always a big party, but at the end of the tour, it's weird life on the road. Like the drum tech was in the same restaurant by himself.
Oh wow!
Like a lot of times you get to whatever city and you do your own thing or you whatever. But he's like, they appreciate being on tour with Disturbed. And it's like, well, we'll get them some gifts. There'll be some alcohol because we know there's going to be a party. And Johnny Hawkins, the lead singer, had some towels made, or not made, but bought some towels that they gave to the guys from Disturbed. Now, these towels have male body parts on them. So when you wrap them around your waist, there is really big or it's really cold outside, depending on how you wrap the towel around you is what you've got going on in front. It's funny as hell.
Yeah, it's pretty funny stuff. I don't know where you get. Have you ever seen that swimsuit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I can say that without losing
exactly.
my job. Right?
It's same kind of thing. It's just there's video of it on Johnny Hawkins' Instagram page.
I always wanted to get one of those, and Maggie won't let me. It's got a picture of a rooster there. And says, Are you staring at my rooster?
Yeah. Well, you can get one of these towels.
I'd have to keep it on the little side.
It's Depends on how big your stones are.
Well,
how cold is it outside?
True. I can brag. Nobody would know.
It's funny as hell.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was a lot of fun. I tell you what else was a lot of fun today. OTAs. Cowboys started them today, and Brian Schottenheimer won the day. I think it's safe to say he won the day. I mean, everybody, reporters. I know Jane Slater, our friend from the NFL Network, was saying what a great press conference it was. Pledge was bragging on it, and the sound we've heard has been fantastic as well.
You know, the tweet from Jane Slater is you're going to hear cuts like we're about to play you. Do yourself a favor and go watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
And one thing that I've noticed about Brian Schottenheimer, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, in all of his press conferences, he doesn't stand at a podium. He goes and he sits at a table. He's basically eye level with everybody else in the room. He's not talking down to anybody. And I noticed that because Wade Phillips was the last Cowboys head coach that sat at a table. And I remember talking to Wade about that years ago, and it was the same thing. I just want to be eye to eye. I'm not looking down on anybody, and it's a little bit more relaxed when you're sitting there having a conversation. And, you know, you see some that do that, and those press conferences tend to be a little bit more relaxed. Just something that you notice. And you hear everything from Brian Schottenheimer. The reality is, dude still has to win football games. He has not yet coached a single game as head coach in the NFL.
Absolutely.
But the more you hear him talk as a head coach, the more I understand why Jerry Jones made this hire. Even though Jerry said at his initial press conference, this is a big old risk.
And it is.
But you can understand more about the hire. And again, so many different things that he talked about today, but just how he answers the questions, how he's talking about changing the culture, but some legit football stuff. You know, he's trying to change the culture, and he talked about Micah Parsons is going to be a big part of that. The fact that Micah Parsons is showing up at a voluntary part of things is big for the Cowboys.
He showed up a little bit the last couple of days. He's been in and out some. I don't know if he's here yet today. He was here yesterday, had a great, actually had lunch with him yesterday. Again, when he's here, he's been great. And again, it's all voluntary. So when guys are in and they're out, some guys come to meetings, some guys come to practice, some guys are just here getting treatment and things like that. And that's not just specific to Micah, it's specific to all the guys.
Look, I think the players really like this guy, and I think that's evident. Wherever you see him, they're having a good time. He just seems like one of the guys, and so I think they really like him. And I think a guy like Micah Parsons, who has to figure he's going to get paid. It's just a matter of when and how much, but he's going to get paid. So he figured, you know what, we want to win. Schotty's asking me to be there, and I'm here.
Well, there's the new defensive coordinator, and if you're going to be a team leader, which he wants to be a team leader, he's worked on his leadership skills, it's there. You still have to balance football and business.
I'm open and honest with all the players. When Mike is here, I want him to be the best version of himself when he's here. You know, this is no different than Zach, you know, a couple years ago, and CD. Like, this is big business. This is a National Football League, and there's negotiations, and there's things that go into it, and we all have advisors. I have an agent. You know, we have advisors, we have agents, and so it's our job to support all of these guys. Again, take Micah's name out of it. You know, it doesn't matter. Insert name, and I'm going to support him and talk to him. And, hey, what do you need from me? What can I be doing for you? Hey, I'd love to have you here for this. If you can't be here, I get it. It's all voluntary. And I think people do well with very clear, bright lines. And if I'm calling a player and begging him to come, but yet I don't take the time to go and support him at a foundation event or go take him to dinner, then do I really have what's in their best interest? And if our players ever say I don't have their best interest, then I'm not doing my job, and I'm not being authentic to myself.
Well, that's interesting, and it's a great answer. I mean, it is a great answer. And look, you could say this guy's just saying, but he sounds genuine to me. I mean, he really sounds genuine, like he cares about these players and wants to show them that he cares, and not just about football. It's about everything. You heard him mention their foundation stuff. He goes to that stuff. And so look, you're right. He's still got to win games, and we're a long way from that. But I tell you what, right now the guy is winning.
He's winning press conferences. But also for a guy that wasn't overly excited about his promotion to head coach, the more he talks, the more I understand why Jerry went the route that he did. Now, he was a big cheerleader in the room to go get a George Pickens. Now, you go get a George Pickens, and there's a reason Pittsburgh wanted him out of their building. You want to bring that in to your building. For a guy that hasn't been a head coach, you wonder, could he handle, right, what he's going to deal with. He talked today about how it is working with Pickens and what that role looks like for George.
CD said it best. I saw his comments, right, where we don't have a one. We don't do A's and B's. We think that there's a one over there. CD said it. And if you look over there, there's a one there. So I think that's the way that we view GP. My time with him has been just incredible. When he came in after the trade, just getting a chance to really get to know him. We had a little free throw shooting competition. I think he beat me twice. I've beaten him once, but the last time we played, I beat him. So I do want to put that out there that I did beat him. But it's really just, us getting to know each other. I think we were all on board. I think we're always trying to find the right pieces and good pieces, and I think we're really excited about what he brings as a football player. But I see a guy that's maturing. I see a guy that we're excited to put out there and watch him grow and get better, and you guys will see him out there today. He obviously is a tremendous athlete, but I love watching him in meetings, because in meetings he's been so dialed in, taking great notes. He knows he's a little bit behind, not a lot, but a little bit behind in terms of what the veterans are doing. But his intentionality in the meeting room has been really cool for me to see.
Look, George Pickens, he's a smart guy. He flies off the handle sometimes. He's an emotional guy, but he knows it's a big year for him. And I hope he knows that anyway. So you come in, you do the best, you do the work, you go out there and perform, and whether it's with the Cowboys or somebody else, you're going to get a big paycheck. And so I think George Pickens is smart enough to realize that the proof is going to be when something goes wrong in a football game that he doesn't like. How's he going to react to it?
Well, and at least right now, and again, it's May, Schotty isn't worried about culture issues, problems in the locker room when it comes to Pickens.
Well, I think we did a ton of research into GP. Again, my interaction with GP has been incredible. I think he's going to fit in awesome with what we're trying to do here. You guys have talked to him, I think, over the phone, and he's all about, a new opportunity. So, we all change, we all adjust, we all grow. I'm thrilled with the way the guys have responded to him. Again, him and CD. It's a chance for he and CD. They've trained together. They're spending time together. I don't know what event they were at the other day, where some baseball game or something. But when we did our homework on GP, we don't have those concerns. And we're bringing him into a culture that we feel like he'll thrive just like everybody else. Why? Because it's important to us. And we're going to get to know him and learn his story, just like we're learning the stories of Solomon Thomas and David Overstreet and everybody else.
We'll see what happens. But right now, look, I'm going to give Brian Schottenheimer an A+ for the way he's handling these press conferences. He seems genuine to me, and I say that because he puts his money where his mouth is. You see video of him hanging out with these guys and doing things. So right now he's winning.
And you talk about the culture. He mentioned the free throw shooting contest. They seem to compete at stuff all the time, whether it's free throws, putting, different sports. They're always competing, which, again, fun environment, but you're competing. I again, wasn't overly excited about Schottenheimer. Now I can't wait to see him go win some games, because he still has to do that. You can be the nicest guy in the world and all that kind of stuff. If you're not winning games, you ain't going to last. That's the bottom line.
Well, what I like what he's doing, though, Jason, I mean, if the players believe in him and like him and want to win for him, or him as a part of the team, the leader of that team, then I think that makes a difference. I really do. But there will be that adversity that will come along. Every football team has it. I don't care what team it is. There will be a point in the season where you're going to face some adversity. That's when you see whether Schottenheimer's message today translates to that period of time.
And, of course, winning football games has a whole lot to do with, number 4.
Yeah. It does. And he's got to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, then they'll have a shot. If not, then I hope Joe Milton is good.
Here we go. It's interesting when you think about Dak Prescott. Say what you want about Dak Prescott, the reputation doesn't always match the numbers, but there are some rankings out today. And you won't believe where they've got Dak Prescott when they ranked all 32 starting NFL quarterbacks.
You won't believe where they have a lot of these guys. You and I questioned that. So when we took a look at this list, Jason and I made our own list. And we'll see how they compare when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals is tonight, the WNBA season. There's some games there, too. You want to watch games, add more excitement to it by winning money. Make sure you're playing the Pick'em game at Underdog, one of the leading places to make all your sports picks. Great app that has over 100,000 five-star reviews. And all you have to do is choose higher or lower on predicted stats. And if all your picks hit, you're going to win cold hard cash. It is that easy, and you could play for as little as $1. You could win up to 1,000 times your money. So download the Underdog app. Get signed up using my promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, use promo code STAR when you get signed up at Underdog. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, how long has it been since you ditched work for something actually worth it? Emails can wait. Zoom meetings? Forget about them. Skip the 9 to 5 for 9 innings. We're sending you to the ballpark instead. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is giving away pairs of tickets to see the Texas Rangers take on the St. Louis Cardinals Friday, May 30th at Globe Life Field in Arlington. Listen to the Blitz all this week. Jason and Joe will drop a ditch phrase during the show every day. When you hear it, be the first caller at 646-ESPN and win the tickets. And maybe don't mention it to your boss. Hey, you're not playing hooky. Bueller. You're honoring America's pastime. Ditch work for the Diamond with South Texas home for the Texas Rangers. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
If you've been injured in an accident, you know there's no shortage of attorneys who want your business. But when it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years. We've successfully represented thousands of injured Texans, earning over 12,000 five-star reviews on Google. So who is the right attorney for you? Just look at the numbers. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B. Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Wednesday on the Morning Huddle. They're here. Conference finals are here. What happened in the West and what's going to happen in the East? We'll talk about it.
I don't know if he's talking about hockey or basketball. They're both going on. And we're going to register someone else to go to ACL Fest. How about that? Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Cats, huh? I'm not a fan of cats. I'm glad we got rid of the cat here. Not that. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on.
I was out of town. What did you do to that cat?
Wait a minute. I had nothing to do with that cat.
Uh-huh.
Oh, hi, everybody. It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix. But AJ had a picture of a cat up here.
Yeah.
I guess it was the station cat.
It's a random feral cat that people here feed, and they don't go away. But apparently, something bad happened to that cat. Now, I thought he was going to live with AJ.
Well, I think he was.
And that didn't work out?
Well, I mean, the cat died, and so it's still suspect as to whether the cat was hurt or he took his own life. I don't know.
Wait, what? Hold on.
I mean, dude, if you had to go live with AJ, would you contemplate maybe a rope?
Stop, Joe. Pledge?
So this cat, it was attacked by something, and it came up dragging its leg.
Okay.
AJ takes it to the city animal shelter place to get it fixed up, and he's going to adopt the thing.
Okay.
He's number 1 on the list. They call him. They're like, congratulations.
Wait, hold on. There was a waiting list for this particular cat?
Apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
And so they get it fixed up. They call him. They're like, all right, you've been approved. You know, we'll let you pick up KBB in the morning. Or
KBB?
KBB.
Well, it was Kitty Big Balls, but I guess for the city, they changed its name to Uncle Baby Billy or something like that.
All right, so how'd the thing die?
I don't know. Like an hour after they called him and told him that he was cool for adoption, he died. Apparently, he took a turn for the worst.
See? I'm telling you. See, that cat heard that. Yeah, AJ, you can come and adopt this cat. The cat went, no.
Wait. Hold on.
Dude, are you kidding me?
All right.
Are you confused?
Well, no. A lot happened while I was gone.
Yes.
And I don't give a damn about this cat. Every time you open the door, it's out there. It meows at you. It's looking for food, and I walk by it every time. Don't come near me.
Right.
But wasn't AJ just going to go get the thing fixed?
I think so, because it had big balls.
Was he jealous? I mean, you need those out in the wild.
Well,
So did he get fixed and then get attacked?
no, I think it got attacked, and then
So
I think it
something
lost
else-
a leg.
Lost a leg.
Yeah.
So why didn't we just call it tripod? That's what you do.
Well, it was probably going to be, I don't know if he was going to call it tripod, but it was going to be a tripod cat, but took a turn for the worst after surgery.
I'm telling you, there's no investigation needed. That cat heard that phone call. Ain't no way I'm doing that.
If you've had all that freedom and now you're going to be stuck in an apartment?
What? With AJ?
Now, on YouTube, it says that he was attacked by a coyote or something.
Well, they keep seeing, I hear the fellas in the morning talking that there's always coyotes walking around here when they get here to work in the mornings.
All right. So he survived a coyote attack, but not the news that he has to live with AJ.
Exactly. You see? I'm telling you. There's something going on.
I mean, part of me wants to give AJ credit because he's trying to show compassion for this cat.
Yes.
Trying to do good. Apparently spending his own money to fix a cat that doesn't like him.
All I know is everything was fine until the vet place called AJ.
Well,
and then all of a sudden the cat took a turn for the worse. So
I mean, if you got
use your own imagination.
If you got attacked by a coyote, I'm guessing the long-term outlook wasn't good anyway, right?
Why? Who knows? I'm just saying, man. It sets up perfectly.
So we don't have a station cat anymore?
No, there's still other cats that
I mean, we're off Eisenhower Road near Austin. There'll be other feral cats that are going to come around.
But the other ones aren't nice like that one, apparently.
Well, that one wasn't nice either.
Apparently it was.
Did you interact with the cat?
No. But I don't interact with stray cats. Stray dogs, probably.
Now, stray cats for you or stray dogs for you, that's normally a term used when you're leaving the Roo Pub late at night.
Yes, that's also
That's
true.
a different kind of stray cat. Those you try to feed. I get it.
Nah, you don't have to feed those. They'll be all right.
No, not what I meant, sir.
I'm just saying.
So the cat's gone?
Yeah.
R.I.P. KBB.
Is that why AJ keeps putting a picture of this cat up?
That's his memoriam, I guess.
Was it here? I didn't see it today.
Yeah, and
it was up there.
I took it down yesterday because I didn't know what it was. And
now you got the whole story.
It showed back up today, so I threw it away.
Oh, good. So you got the whole story. I think he's got many copies of that picture.
Throw it away every day.
Exactly.
It'll be a thing. You know, I just saw another coworker of ours apparently has 7 cats.
Yes.
And there's a photo on Facebook, and there's like, there's cats all over this table. Well, there's 7 in this photo. There could be more in the house. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
It seems alarming, but I'm not a cat person.
I'm not a cat person either.
It always freaks me out. No offense, if you're a cat person, cool. I'm not. But it always freaks me out when cats, they go in a litter box, they do things in there, and then they walk all over your kitchen table or your counter. And you got 7 in one photo. The cat hair in that place.
Oh my goodness. Well, hey, the cat is better off, and AJ probably is too.
Tom Guerrero says that cat is going to come back to hunt you. They might meant haunt, but either way. He's a feral cat.
Who, me?
No, well, I mean, I'm sure you.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not me.
Do you believe Victor Wembanyama's only 7'3"?
No.
I don't either. There's a story on this today. Did you see the picture of him standing next to Timmy and David?
Well, yeah.
David's 7 foot,
At
right?
the Rookie of the Year. We talked about this then.
We did?
Yes.
Oh. Well, how tall is he?
I mean,
was I here?
Look how short Tim Duncan looks in that photo. We talked about the same thing when he had his first dinner here in San Antonio and took that photo. Now, you might say it's an angle or all that. I call BS on all that. I saw him last night. He was at the Dallas Wings game, and Dirk was there.
Wemby was at the Dallas Wings game?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And you were watching that?
I know. I saw the highlights.
Oh,
it was all over Twitter. No, he was there. Apparently, Seattle or Dallas, one of them has a couple of French players, so he was there supporting. He's a basketball junkie.
Wow.
Watching Paige buckets.
This guy's 7'6", easy.
I mean,
easy.
Sure, he's tall. Squirrel.
I must have been gone that day.
Not really.
No.
See, we talked about that. You remember?
Mentally.
That's daily, sir.
Mentally, I was. I just saw that story, and I find it interesting. My memory's gone.
Well, not when it comes to Dak Prescott. Now, in all fairness, could you ever look at a quarterback ranking and not argue where Dak Prescott is at? Right? I mean, if he's in the top 10, people are going to blow that up. If he's not in the top 10, people are going to say, how could that be? He is an elite-level regular season quarterback. But because of what he's done in the postseason, which is nothing, he gets hammered. Regular season Dak, fantastic. Justin Herbert, that dude has zero postseason success. There are a lot of guys that are elite quarterbacks that don't have great playoff records or long playoff runs, Lamar Jackson, that don't get the same kind of criticism that Dak Prescott gets. And I say that as a quarterback ranking today by Pro Football Focus, which is generally really good and fair, and they use grades and stuff. Now, I'll get to Dak in a moment.
This one's awful.
Josh Allen. This is what Pro Football Focus writes. Allen's 95.4 overall grade over the past 3 seasons ranks first among all quarterbacks. His 91.4 passing grade in that span is third behind Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Despite losing his top 2 receivers from 2023, Allen didn't miss a beat in 2024, delivering his most complete season and earned his first MVP award. They have him ranked number 4.
Behind Lamar Jackson.
Behind Lamar Jackson.
And Joe Burrow.
Who's number 2. And Patrick Mahomes is number 1 on this list.
See, now, sincere question, and we'll go over our list here in a minute, but of those 4, and you can't pick Mahomes, Burrow, Jackson, Allen, who you taking?
Josh Allen.
See, I don't know. It would be tough.
I mean, now granted, they tier this. Tier 1 is elite, and there are 4 quarterbacks in the elite tier.
Right.
Now, you could argue between Mahomes, who's considered the best, although Pro Football Focus is all about grades, is it not? Yet he doesn't have the best grades, but he has the best reputation, and he's gone to a whole bunch of Super Bowls.
And won, 3 of them?
Joe Burrow didn't even make the playoffs last year.
No.
Right? Has been to a Super Bowl.
He has.
Lamar Jackson, number 3. Now, you can, and Josh Allen is number 4. Now, of those 4, if you want to argue Lamar should be 2 and whatever, I sure. I mean, until you're blue in the face, you could argue that, right? Tier 2, high-end starters. They have Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Matthew Stafford at 7, Justin Herbert at 8.
So, look, Jaden Daniels played great last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's number 6 in quarterbacks.
Number 6.
See, that to me, look, you need another season. Look at C.J. Stroud, had a great season. But then he slumped a little bit in his sophomore season.
Well, and again, says Justin Herbert might be the best regular season quarterback in non-clutch situations.
I thought that was Dak Prescott.
But he's number 8 on the list.
All right,
yeah. Tier 3A, solid starters who have flashed high-end play. Jared Goff. Geno Smith is at number 10. Brock Purdy is at 11. Tier 3B, solid starters, but they need help. Jordan Love is at 12. Baker Mayfield is at 13. C.J. Stroud is at 14. Kyler Murray at 15. Trevor Lawrence at 16. Finally,
here we go.
Dak Prescott at 17. Tua is at 18.
Yeah, that's quite a list there. And you go over it and look, Baker Mayfield had a hell of a year last year, and he's kind of resurrected his career. Jordan Love struggled a little bit last year, quite honestly. C.J. Stroud, he struggled a little bit last year. Kyler Murray, I not a huge fan. And I don't know how and to Dak's defense, I don't know how they put Trevor Lawrence ahead of Dak Prescott.
I mean, you look at Dak Prescott earned a 90-point PFF grade in 2023 behind only Lamar, Josh, and Patrick Mahomes before a late-season collapse ended his MVP bid. In 24, the Cowboys stumbled early. Season-ending injury sidelined Prescott before he could rebound. To rejoin the top 10 conversation, he must recapture that 2023 form and prove he can deliver against the league's best. All right, sure. I mean, dude missed a whole bunch of games last year because of injuries. But Dak Prescott at 17 seems wrong, but also C.J. Stroud at 14 seems really wrong. Jaden Daniels at 6 seems really, really wrong.
Well, you can keep going with this list, and it's ridiculous. They've got J.J. McCarthy at 21. Guy hasn't played a snap. That's ridiculous. They got Cam Ward at 25. Hasn't played a snap.
Drake May's at 22.
Well, Drake May should be higher than that.
Oh, Caleb Williams, last year's number 1 overall first pick, is at 24.
Yeah, I don't know about
Yet Sam Darnold is at 26 coming off the year he had.
Russell Wilson, 27, and Justin Fields, 28.
So we've got our quarterback lists.
We do.
We do. And if you've got yours, you can comment on YouTube. You could tweet us. You can call us. Who's your best? And where would you put Dak and CJ?
Yeah, I think it's important. You can also do this while we're heading to a break, Minix. Remember that keyword?
I do.
You do? Do you remember it? Did you remember it?
I had to think for a second, but yeah.
If you remember it, and you can go to Arlington on May 30th to see the Rangers take on the Cardinals, be the first caller to call in at 656-3776, 656-ESPN, and tell Pledge what the keyword is, and you will win tickets to go see the Rangers and the Cardinals. Make sure you can go to Arlington for this, though. Don't just take those tickets to take those tickets. All right, our list, Minix and I, who are our top quarterbacks? We'll let you know when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First of all, I want to tell you about Stevens Roofing. Been talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now. I'm very happy to do so because, well, they're a family-owned company. They are a local company, and, well, look, they deal with the same weather that you and I do. And what's important about that is they know what you're facing, whether it comes to the thunderstorms we have each and every spring, whether it comes to the hot sun that's coming. It's already been here, but it's certainly coming. Stevens Roofing gets us, you might say, right? They understand what we're going through. So you need to get your roof checked out. You want to make sure that it's ready for if there are any more storms coming up, and certainly the hot sun available. When you call Stevens Roofing at 210-785-0994, they're going to send a crew out. They're going to give you a free, no-obligation roof inspection. And whether you need a new roof, a minor repair, or just a confirmation that your roof is in great shape, it's all going to give you the peace of mind that you need when the storms come rolling in or the sun starts beating down on that roof. Stevens Roofing and Solar, they are the absolute best in the business. There is nobody better. You need to give them a call. 210-785-0994.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
6 for 6, and the Aggies have the lead.
Your home for Aggies football. KTFM Floresville.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said, but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Morning, sir. I stopped you for a seatbelt violation.
But, officer, I was going 2 blocks.
Most crashes happen close to home. Any more excuses?
Okay, I forgot.
Save the excuses and up to $200 in fines. Click it or ticket, day and night. A message from TxDOT.
As down payments get bigger, millions of renters across America feel like they'll never be able to buy a home. So instead of lowering expectations, Rocket Mortgage is lowering down payments to 1% for eligible home buyers with ONE+, helping more renters become owners. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to get a head start on your starter home.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the GPS directions first, before driving to the mall.
Turn right at the light. In 1,000 miles, you will reach Montreal.
Not Montreal, the mall.
Recalculating. 6,000 miles to Nepal.
No, the mall.
Checking first is smart.
Recalculating.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, San Antonio. This is Kelly Finglass, Senior Director of the world-famous Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders. Don't miss your chance to see our all-new theater production, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders on Tour. A night of dazzling performances, electrifying dance routines, a Q&A session, and even a live audition. We're coming to you for one night only, May 25th at the Majestic Theater. Tickets are limited, so go to DallasCowboysCheerleaders.com/tour to learn more today.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
NFL owners' meetings kicked off today, and they've already voted on something very big. They're going to allow players to play flag football in the Olympics in 2028 in Los Angeles. UTSA's baseball team off to a great start in the AAC tournament. They beat Rice today 4-2. And Spurs rookie Stephon Castle, named Rookie of the Year earlier this year. Today, though, he was named as a member of the NBA All-Rookie First Team.
SportsCenter brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, you made it. It's Tuesday. It's 5 o'clock. If you're getting off right now, congratulations to you. Hump day is on the way.
Here we go.
It's coming.
Here we go.
It's coming. If you're getting off work, you're happy. Probably looking forward to a nice cold adult beverage.
Mm-hmm.
Nice dinner. So your Tuesday work day is over. I mean, that basically means Tuesday's over.
I mean, go to dinner.
Yeah.
Watch some basketball tonight.
Nice. That's Jason Minix. I'm Joe Reinagle. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm looking forward to this basketball game tonight. I'm looking forward to the entire series.
Oklahoma City against Minnesota. This is the first time since 1996 that the Western Conference Finals have not had two teams, included a team from either California or Texas.
That's incredible.
It's one of the more insane stats that I've seen in a long time when you look at it that way. You got to go all the way back to Seattle, the Seattle Supersonics. Remember them?
I do.
Against the Utah Jazz. 1996, the last time no teams from Texas or California made the Western Conference Finals.
That's insane. I mean, it really is insane when you think about it. Spurs are obviously a big part of that run.
All the teams from Texas have had a spot at least once in the Western Conference Finals. All the teams from California, with the exception of, I think the Clippers even made it one time.
They did.
Yeah. A lot of Lakers, a lot of Golden State Warriors, a lot of Spurs. Here and there's an appearance from the Rockets. Here and there, an appearance from the Mavs. Sacramento goes once. Clippers go once. And you have to go all the way back to the Seattle Supersonics, coached by George Karl, against the Jerry Sloan coached Utah Jazz.
Oh, my
And then
gosh.
to go even weirder about that is Oklahoma City's in it tonight. They were Seattle.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
They were. Wow. Jerry Sloan and George Karl.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of names you haven't heard in a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Wow. Well, it's interesting, and this should be a great series. I don't think there's any question about it. It's going to be interesting to see because the Wolves have been resting. The Thunder, they played Sunday. They had a tough series with Denver. We'll see if that makes any difference. Last time I checked, OKC was a 7-point favorite tonight.
It's about right.
You think so? Seems like a lot of points.
It is a lot of points. I saw them at 6.5 on ESPN Bet.
Well, if it keeps coming down, that'll be good. I might have to take the Thunders.
You haven't placed anything yet?
I haven't placed the bet. Doesn't start till 7. I got plenty of time.
7:30.
Is it 7:30?
I think so.
All right. Well, that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to watch this game, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. So,
and if you're not at the house, you can listen to it here on 94.1.
Or if you're watching at the house, listen to it on 94.1.
You could do that too.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Is it Kevin Harlan maybe?
On 94.1?
Yeah.
No. It's going to be Kesty.
Okay, well, that's good.
Pretty
too.
sure it's Kesty.
That's good, too. Not bad. Who's your favorite quarterback, or where would you rank them? Not your favorite quarterback. Elite tier, pretty good.
So the Pro Football Focus quarterback rankings are out, and there's a lot that I disagree with. Now, anytime you see rankings, they're there to spark debate. And
this one does.
And boy, did we have a debate in the office earlier, so we're bringing it to the radio. You want to chime in, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. If you're watching on YouTube, you can comment there or tweet at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. I think when you're talking about the top four, you've got the same guys. Your order might be different. I've got Pat, Josh, Lamar, and then Joe Burrow is my top four.
See, I think higher of Burrow than you do. I've got him in at number 3, but it's close. We're all three of those guys, and I'm talking about Allen, Burrow, and Jackson. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if you put them any particular way.
So your 4 is Lamar?
Well, no, it's Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Jackson.
So Lamar.
My 4th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So good there. 5, I've got Jalen.
Yeah, I'm good there.
Goff, I've got at number 6.
I got Matthew Stafford at 6.
Okay. I've got him at 8. I got Purdy at 7, Stafford at 8, Jordan Love at 9, and C.J. Stroud at 10.
Well, 7, I've got Goff. At 8, I've got Purdy. And 10, I've got Geno Smith.
See, and I totally skipped over. I got Goff at 6. And I'm just based off of last year and what I think they're going to do this year. Then I got Justin Herbert, then Dak, then Jaden, Baker, Geno, Kyler.
I got Herbert, and this was tough for me, and I'll be honest with you. I got Herbert, I got C.J. Stroud, and then Dak. And C.J. Stroud, I'm tempted to take that out. But then I go Baker Mayfield at 14 and Jordan Love at 15.
See, I've got Jordan Love a lot higher just because I think Green Bay is going to be good, and he's finally got a wide receiver that they took in the first round. But once you start getting in there, and I've got Dak at 12, if Dak with the George Pickens and the CeeDee Lamb, could he move his way up throughout the regular season and be 6, 7? That's probably the ceiling for Dak Prescott as far as quarterback rankings go. I mean, a couple of years ago, he was in that MVP conversation, and he played great. Last year, he was hurt. And something that Stephen Jones said not long ago is every year Dak's had an injury, he's come back and had an incredible year following. And the Cowboys this year, roster-wise, have put a lot of pieces around him. He should be a top 10 quarterback, regular season at least, by the time we get to the end of the regular season. But Dak Prescott gets penalized more for his playoff record than anybody else. You've got Justin Herbert, who has 0 playoff success, higher than Dak Prescott. And again, Justin Herbert is an incredible quarterback. I mean, the way the guy throws the football, all of it. But when was the last time he won any big games?
Well, reasons or excuses, right? I mean, you could say that. This goes back to 2 years ago at a beach house in Oxnard when we had this conversation about Herbert and Dak Prescott. And so right now, and I'm asking you the question, who would you take, Dak or Justin Herbert?
Honestly, they're the same. They're so much the same. Now, Justin doesn't have the injury history. They're both making a boatload of money. Dak hasn't done it in the playoffs, but he has won some big games, and he tends to feast more on weaker teams, which is cool. Justin Herbert's had some really bad losses on his record, too. They both have the untimely interception that costs you games.
Yep.
I mean, in reality, are they really that much different?
No.
Which one would you take in fantasy football? Oh, Justin Herbert's going to throw the ball more. At least that's what I thought until Harbaugh became the coach. They're gonna run the ball. Well,
they're going to run the ball.
Not really.
Now they've got a nice running back in Marvion Hampton, the guy they drafted. So that's what Harbaugh does. Ask J.J. McCarthy is last year. That's why he's even in this list is beyond me. Why they put him in there, and all the rookies. I don't know why any of them are in there, and that's why I'm Jaden Daniels is down my list because maybe he has a good sophomore season. He had a great freshman season. Sophomore, I'm not sure about. C.J. Stroud fell into that where he fell back a little bit his sophomore year. Maybe he bounces back this year, but it's kind of a subjective list once you get out of the top 4. After that, you can go all kinds of different ways.
Well, and again, I look at some of these different grades and what Pro Football Focus writes about these guys, and it doesn't seem like you're applying the grades to the same. Like, this might be the only list on planet Earth that would have Geno Smith in the top 10 at number 10, right? But when you look at his numbers, few would have pegged Smith to grade as the 6th best passer in the NFL over the past 2 seasons, but here we are. In fact, his 85.8 passing grade in that span is just 0.2 points shy of Patrick Mahomes. All right, well, then why do you have him at number 10 and not closer to 5 or 6 based on the grades?
Well, I think, look, it took Geno Smith a while to kind of find his footing, right? He bounced around from team to team to team. Now, and again, I don't know what the qualifications are for this list. Is it just what they did last year, or is it over a career? And again, which should automatically exclude all the rookies because they haven't done anything, including J.J. McCarthy because they haven't done anything. But I think Geno Smith is a solid quarterback. And if he was my quarterback, I would feel pretty decent about it. And that's why the Raiders went out and got him to kind of fill a gap until they can get somebody in there that they like.
Now, to your point, PFF's quarterback rankings heading into the new season based on a combination of recent performance and career trajectory.
Okay.
As expected, this list kicks off with Patrick Mahomes, 2-time MVP, 3-time Super Bowl champion, owns the highest PFF grade of any quarterback since he entered the league. But here's the twist. Over the past 3 seasons, that top spot hasn't been quite as uncontested. Mahomes ranks behind Burrow, Allen, and Lamar in the PFF grade since 2022. But the dude wins Super Bowls and MVP. How do you have a list and not have Patrick Mahomes number 1 if you want to be taken seriously? But then you look at the rest of this list and say, how do I take this seriously?
Well, exactly.
It's great for debate.
It is. It is great for debate. Look, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. I think, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, I feel bad for those guys. And Burrow to some extent because they were just born at the wrong time. I mean, you got to face Patrick Mahomes in the AFC, all of those guys, all 4 of those guys in the AFC, and it's been tough with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
I look at it like on YouTube, Oscar says CJ is easily top 10.
No, he's not. He's not.
I've got him at number 10 on my list, and I think part of that, I factor in the sophomore slump, but also – do I think that C.J. Stroud is going to rebound and become the guy that we saw his rookie year? I do, and he's got some weapons around him. He's got some players.
They got a defense now too.
Yeah. So his upside, career trajectory, they have him at what 14, which I find ridiculous. Dak Prescott finally has all those weapons. So are you not factoring his career trajectory when you add in a George Pickens and a running game and a better offensive line? Or are you just penalizing Dak because he got hurt last year and had a substandard year? I mean, look, if I wouldn't argue Dak being a top 10 quarterback today, but 17?
That's pretty far back.
That's
even for a Dak critic like myself.
I mean, would you take Trevor Lawrence or Kyler Murray over Dak Prescott now?
I would not.
But they're ahead of him on this list.
Yeah, I would not.
I don't know. I mean, Dak gets graded and judged so differently, seemingly, than every other quarterback.
He does. I'll say it, but it goes with the territory.
Yep.
It goes with the territory. Tony Romo was raked over the coals.
Yep.
I mean, he was. It goes with that star on your helmet, and that's the way it goes. And Dak Prescott, does anybody feel sorry for this guy?
No.
I don't.
No.
He's got a beautiful wife. He's got a kid and one on the way, and $60 million a year that he's cashing those checks.
Yeah. No,
I ain't crying for Dak.
Nobody should be.
No.
Nobody should be. Interesting things that Brian Schottenheimer said about one Dak Prescott today.
Yeah, sure was. No doubt about it. And we'll get into that when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 210-651-5899 is the phone number, 651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios, big job, small job, residential, or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. As far as your AC is concerned, want to hit the jackpot with comfort? The Lucky Sevens AC Tune-Up special going on right now at Quartermoon for $77, a 7-point AC inspection that will keep your system running cool and smooth. So get that scheduled. Call Quartermoon at 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Hey, bada, swing, bada.
How long has it been since you ditched work for something actually worth it? Emails can wait. Zoom meetings? Forget about them. Skip the 9 to 5 for 9 innings. We're sending you to the ballpark instead. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is giving away pairs of tickets to see the Texas Rangers take on the St. Louis Cardinals Friday, May 30th at Globe Life Field in Arlington. Listen to the Blitz all this week. Jason and Joe will drop a ditch phrase during the show every day. When you hear it, be the first caller at 646-ESPN and win the tickets. And maybe don't mention it to your boss. Hey, you're not playing hooky.
Bueller.
You're honoring America's pastime. Ditch work for the Diamond with South Texas home for the Texas Rangers. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this. The insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. Tonight, first pitch at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-838-6161. That's 800-838-6161. 800-838-6161.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, I hear Staples prints it all.
Oh, you bet. Posters, banners.
Can you print it all for Father's Day?
Oh, of course. Photo gifts like canvas prints, photo puzzles.
Can you print it all for graduation?
Sure can. Custom cards and invites.
Can you print a huge banner with the grad's picture?
Oh, definitely.
Even an embarrassing baby picture?
Oh, those are the best kind.
I know, right?
Print it all for dads and grads at Staples. And right now, get 40% off custom cards, invites, and photo gifts. N75 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Oh, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
The Morning Huddle.
I was once asked by a girl, gun to head, you've got to make out with one guy in the world. Who would you make out with?
Caitlyn Jenner.
And I said, I don't know if this is the correct response or not, but what I said was modern or historical. Yeah.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
My plug is going out over here.
Your plug?
Oh, it's him. It's Pledge, yeah. Hey, by the way, sometime this hour we're going to qualify someone to win 2 wristbands to the ACL Festival 2025, the weekend number 2, October 10th through the 12th. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sabrina Carpenter is That's all I got to say. So we'll be doing that sometime this hour. That's all I got to say about that. Other than this is the Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. That's Jason Minix.
We'll keep playing Sabrina.
Yeah, wouldn't that be enough?
Did you know that was her?
Yes, of course. Although it's hard to recognize with all those clothes on.
Are you talking about Pledge?
No. The more clothes Pledge has on, is the better.
So are we doing a qualifier now?
But not now. No, we'll do it. At the bottom of the hour.
It's 5:23.
Well, what are you anxious to get a qualifier?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how do you want to do it? We already used the keyword.
Which is a random number.
I don't want to do it's too easy for these.
What do you mean a random number?
Whoever wins, it's like they win $50 from Mellow Mushroom. I mean, it's not. This is not like some. Just like.
So we need a keyword.
No, we don't need a keyword.
Well, we could do a keyword. So you got to remember, and I don't know.
And then
before 6 o'clock, we'll
right.
All right. So mighty meter. It's my favorite pizza over there at Mellow Mushroom.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a nickname Joanna called you.
Could be. It's her favorite pizza too.
Oh my goodness.
Something about a mighty meter and Sabrina Carpenter in the same sentence.
Oh, my goodness. Mighty meter. That's the key word. So when we tell you to call in to qualify for the ACL Fest, you got to give Pledge that keyword, mighty meter. And if you do qualify, good for you. You'll have a chance to win those, but you'll automatically get a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom there at 1604 in Stone Oak, which is a hell of a win either way. I mean, so that's a big win. So we're talking about Dak Prescott, and Dak way down the list on the Pro Football Focus list, but very high on the list when it comes to his brand-new head coach, Brian Schottenheimer.
Well, in of course, coming off the injury, OTAs get started today, and, I mean, obviously, Schotty was asked before the first practice. He did the press conference and then went out to practice, but what all will we actually see Dak do?
He looks good. He's, again, you guys will see him out there today. He's doing his normal stuff. He's getting most of the work with the ones. We're rolling some guys through there, but you'll see him. He looks good, and I think he's progressing nicely.
Well, that's interesting. I want to see that now. He's going to do with the ones. I know it's just a walkthrough. It's nothing too physical, but still, if he's able to be out there and participate in that kind of stuff, I mean, I would say that's a hell of a good sign.
Well, and again, I know some of you thought that his leg was getting amputated and he wouldn't be able to walk and all that. The reality, especially here, what I like, though, is with Pickens there, just getting used to the cadence, the snap count, new offensive lineman. Even if he doesn't go through any motions, just to call the play and have them run the routes and throw a football, I think is a big win, especially at this stage, being in early May. You know, one of the things about Brian Schottenheimer that we heard today, and again, we've heard this in all of his press availabilities, but today, I don't know, it felt like he went a lot deeper in getting detailed and more behind the scenes on the culture, different things that they're doing. And obviously, Dak is going to have a huge role in the culture that they have there in Dallas.
We want Dak to play quarterback to the best of his ability. He's a great culture piece because he's such a good dude, you know, and he's such a great teammate, and his story is incredible. But when you talk about culture, it's more than just one guy, and that's what I think I'm so excited about with all the new pieces that we've added. And it probably sounds coach speak, but it's really not. We've added all these new pieces, so it's our job as a coaching staff to get these guys to hang out together outside of the building, spend time together in the building, get to know each other. Coaches get with their players, go to dinner, do things together, because we have to learn each other's stories and each other's scars so that we can truly learn how to work together and love one another and support one another. We're all going to have good days and bad days, and that's not just something we talk about, it's something we do. You know, I take a lot of these guys to dinner. Why? Okay, it's important to me. Do I have things I could be doing? Of course I do. But there's nothing more important than me getting to know some of these players.
Boy, this guy's going to make me cry.
Stop.
I mean, my gosh. I mean, look, I get the culture thing, and I get I'm a nice guy, and I want to get to know these guys. I mean, Saporama. I mean, my goodness, this dude's sappy as hell.
He's trying to build a culture and a foundation.
Yeah, of love and flowers and rainbows and unicorns.
Again, taking guys to dinner, always picking up the tab, put a ping pong table back in the locker room. They're always competing. They're always doing stuff but having fun. And like you said, he wants guys to hang out. It seems like he's doing a lot of things to keep guys in the building when they're quote-unquote off work, but also mixed, and I say mixed, having guys do things, defensive guys with offensive guys. A lot of locker rooms are, divided. Offensive guys are over here and they all hang out together. Defensive guys are over there and they all hang out together. Saw a video today with CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons and some other guys in there, and they were talking about movies, something that DallasCowboys.com was doing. And it feels like they are trying to create a different culture than what we saw with Mike McCarthy, than what we saw with Jason Garrett. And again, right now, that's all cool. You still have to win football games, but it really feels like he is changing things in a way that I didn't know that many of us thought, myself included, myself especially, when he got promoted. All right, what are we going to get really that's different if you're promoting a guy from Mike McCarthy's staff? How much change will you really see? And it sounds like there is a lot, and guys are having more fun coming to work.
Well, yeah, today they are. Look, I've said it before, and I've said it today. He's winning the press conference. He is. I just think this – I guess I'm just not used to this. It's a football team.
Yeah.
I mean, it's football. It's and I get where he wants to hang out, but if I go to work, I mean, we go do things after work, but I mean, I leave here today. I don't want to see you till tomorrow.
Yeah, well, exactly.
And so I'm some of these guys that may be the same, and are they going to get penalized for that because they don't want to play ping pong after work?
I think it's no, but if you want to, it's there. When the ping pong table left, people were mad, right? Mike McCarthy, you're here to work. We work. We don't have a ping pong table, right? Do you remember what this radio station was like in the early 90s?
I sure do. Yes.
We spent a lot of hours here that weren't on the clock, right? It was a fun place to work.
It sure was.
And it was a very productive radio station. Times have changed. We don't have that as much. But when you create that kind of environment, people are excited to come to work and they're not in a rush. Like, all right, it's 5:31. I'm out the door. Not quite done with everything yet, but I'm out the door.
Well, that's usually because there were margarita machines out there on the patio.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
God bless Joe Ernest.
Is that the same as ping pong tables?
I mean, for radio people, yeah, there's alcohol.
I guess it is.
But what'd you do? You hung out.
Well, sure. Yeah, I did.
It
wasn't good for my personal life. I'm just saying. So, yeah, work life was great.
Until it wasn't.
Until it wasn't.
That one Christmas party.
Oh, my gosh. I was such a knucklehead in my younger days. Good Lord. I need to write a book.
No.
But it may have to be rated.
No.
I just want to flip that part of the video where his hand goes into his head and goes, oh, my God.
Oh, man. I hadn't thought about that in a long time.
Hey, you shouldn't.
No, I really shouldn't.
No.
Wow. Yeah, that was a hell of a Christmas party, wasn't it?
Until it wasn't.
Damn. Memories. Oh, my gosh.
I'm not saying a word.
Yeah, thank you for not saying a word. I appreciate that. We're going to be out at the Lion and Rose.
Oh, yeah.
This Friday. It's a brand new one right up there, I-10 and the Dominion, between Dominion and Bernie Stage Road. We got giveaways every hour while on location, plus you can enjoy happy hour specials. You were talking about $2.50 drafts?
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. $5 appetizers. So it's going to be a good time. So make your plans right now to join us Friday. Lion and Rose, it's brand new. It's right there off I-10 between Dominion and Bernie Stage Road. Come out there. We will be doing the Blitz from 2 to 6 that day. When we come back, we got to qualify somebody for ACL. Plus, we got a little basketball game tonight we need to talk about. We'll do all of that. ACL.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you get a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. You're a winner either way here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro, especially if you need caps made. Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And all the popular cap brands, Katie Caps, the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few, in stock waiting for your logo. Need your logo for your company, your organization, on a nice golf shirt, a dress shirt, a fishing shirt, you name it. Sam can take care of that for you with all the big name brands like North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Under Armour, Port Authority, to name a few. If you need t-shirts, screen printed, go see Sam. He also has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. Nobody has better prices. Sam is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too big, certainly no order too small. So call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Wednesday on the Morning Huddle. They're here. Conference finals are here. What happened in the West and what's going to happen in the East? We'll talk about it.
I don't know if he's talking about hockey or basketball. They're both going on. And we're going to register someone else to go to ACL Fest. How about that? Don't be late. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
Hey San Antonio, this is Kelly Finglass, Senior Director of the world-famous Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders. Don't miss your chance to see our all-new theater production, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders on Tour. A night of dazzling performances, electrifying dance routines, a Q&A session, and even a live audition. We're coming to you for one night only, May 25th at the Majestic Theater. Tickets are limited, so go to DallasCowboysCheerleaders.com/tour to learn more today.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-499-9102. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-499-9102. That's 800-499-9102. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation.
Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row.
Groundworks is the official foundation repair company of Texas Athletics. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
We had so much fun last week, we're doing it again. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is gearing up once more to send you to the Austin City Limits Music Festival. 9 stages, 2 weekends. More big-time artists than at Texas Tailgate during rodeo season. October 3rd through the 5th, and again October 10th through the 12th. Right up the road in the live music capital of the world. We're talking Sabrina Carpenter, Hosier, Doja Cat, Luke Combs, The Strokes, John Summit, Doechii, Fade, and a whole mess of other artists turned up Zilker Park into the biggest backyard party in Texas. Listen to the Morning Huddle and the Blitz all this week for another shot to win a pair of 3-day wristbands to Weekend 2. We'll crown one lucky winner on each show this Friday, and every qualifier scores a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Cold drinks, hot pizza, 3-day ACL wristbands. Now, that's a South Texas trifecta. Grand Slam in the bottom of the 9th. Want to skip the contest and buy your way in? Head to aclfest.com. But we say, why pay when you can win? With 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nothing on the tush push, nothing on playoff seeding from the NFL's owners' meetings, but there is always tomorrow on that. They did vote to allow football players to play in the Olympics in 2028 in Los Angeles. Hi, everybody. This is The Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Ryan-Eagle, Jason Minix to my right, and interesting stuff, but I expect those things to happen tomorrow, Jason.
Yeah, it feels like the flag football was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
They've already had a press conference. They had some players like Justin Jefferson that were there. So, and that doesn't surprise me. It does and it doesn't. The injury risk certainly is there, but the way the NFL has pushed flag football, not a surprise that they want their stars playing in the Olympics, especially with the Olympics being in the United States.
And Roger Goodell very happy about the vote today. So I think, this is where they wanted that to go. So we'll see what happens tomorrow if we get a vote on the tush push and some of those other things. Tonight, however, starts the Western Conference Finals series between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Oklahoma City Thunder. This should be a fascinating matchup, I think. Both a couple of young stars going head-to-head. I think it's going to be a good series.
I absolutely. And prediction-wise, I'm taking Oklahoma City. I said before the season I thought they'd win the whole thing. The fact that they've got a chance to actually go do that, I'm good with it. I'm excited about both of these conference finals. Oklahoma City and Minnesota, it feels so different, right?
Yeah.
And we've watched these young teams seemingly being developed for years. Oklahoma City especially. Minnesota, after the way the regular season went, you kind of forgot about them, but here they are. Both kind of remind of what it was like with the Spurs back when, like, all of a sudden, it's the Western Conference Finals, and guess what? The Spurs are in there.
Yeah.
And the national media is like, where, what, who? Right? Both these teams have it. And then you look at the star power with SGA and with Ant, amongst others. I think it's going to be fascinating.
Well, look, I like Oklahoma City too, and what I saw against Denver, especially in Game 7, and they did it the entire series. They just beat up on a good Denver team. That's why that thing went 7. But I just think Oklahoma City's deeper, and I think they play defense better. And so I think that's going to make the difference. How many games, I'm not sure. Tonight's a game, I think the Thunder, if you're pulling for the Thunder, you worry about tonight's game. I mean, they had a tough series with Denver. They played Game 7 on Sunday. They got to turn right around and play tonight, where Minnesota's been off a little bit. I guess you could look at that a couple of different ways. Oklahoma City not missing a beat. Minnesota's had to sit and wait for a while. Depends on what side of that fence you're on.
You know, you never know how a team reacts after a 7-game series. We said something very similar in the second round with Golden State taking Houston to 7, having to win on the road and then immediately turn around. They won Game 1.
They did.
And then Minnesota won the next 4. Minnesota hasn't played in 6 days, and you can't even really say they were tested against the Golden State Warriors.
No.
So I always want the team that's a little bit more battle-tested. Who's going to be ready for the moment? Neither one of these teams, well, Minnesota was there last year, right? But who's ready for the moment? Minnesota, they want to take the next step from where they got last year, but at the same time, Oklahoma City just looks like they're built to win for the next couple of years, which, as I say that, which is why the Spurs need to do something to not say, okay, Oklahoma City, you're going to have your own. We're going to be really good. No, the Spurs need to get busy to beat Oklahoma City because they look like they are going to be really good for the next several years.
I think so, and they still have some assets to get better.
Yep.
And that's the scary part about Oklahoma City. So they're not going to sit on their laurels no matter what happens this year. Even if they win it all, they're going to improve their team and try to do it again. So, yeah, I agree. And that's why I just when I hear these reports, Jason, about we're just going to take number 2, and he's the best player at drafting number 2.
Yes.
And I just look, if that's the case, I hope they do something else, because I just believe this team needs an infusion. They need a shooter or 2. They need a big guy, and I just think as it stands right now, this team may be better. Maybe they make the playoffs, but they're not going anywhere once they get in. And that's the problem. And I don't want to see that. I want to see this team be able and hopeful that they make a run.
Now you look at Jalen Williams goes into this game $25,000 lighter because of a cuss word on his shirt the other night. You knew when you put a shirt with the F word on it that you were going to get in trouble.
He did.
He knew what he was doing.
Of course, he knew it.
He knew what he was doing.
But he went to the podium with the shirt on, and he's fined $25,000 today by the NBA. But hey, I don't know. I get it. You don't want that. There's kids out there, everybody. I want them to see that.
And they can hear it. They just can't read it.
Exactly.
Is that what I hear?
I suppose, right? I don't know. But, yeah, he was out there to send a message, that's for sure. And he did, and it cost him $25,000.
Only 25.
Yeah, that's all.
I think he'll be fine.
I think he'll be
I think he'll be fine.
Sure.
Tonight's game coverage starts at 7 here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star, the Timberwolves and Thunder. Now, you mentioned taking pick 2, and you're going to just be careful what you see on Twitter this time of year.
Absolutely.
All these different trade scenarios and who you just be careful with who you're trusting. But the Spurs do have the number 2 pick as we sit right now. It's 5:46 on May 20th. Do they trade it? Do they take it? And I hope that this is the last time that we think about the draft lottery. I hope next year we randomly say, oh, the lottery is tonight. How about that? Right? I don't want to be in the lottery anymore. I hope those days are behind this organization. Although it is interesting when you think about the lottery. Of course, Pledge, unless Atlanta's picks are high in the lottery. Yes, sure. For their Spurs' own picks. But you wonder, did you see this Shaq story?
I did earlier, yeah.
Shaq talking on a podcast. Now, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories when it comes to the NBA draft lottery. Remember the days of the frozen envelope?
Yeah, I do.
All right. And immediately last week, when Dallas won the damn lottery, oh, you give up Luka and you're gonna get that.
Paying you back.
And I'm not one that generally believes in the conspiracy theories because If those were true, there's no way the Spurs get a Tim Duncan. There's no way they get a David Robinson. Although you listen to this and you go, well, maybe that's why we got Wemby. This was Shaquille O'Neal telling a story, and you tell me about black helicopters.
I don't know if you heard this story, but in 1992, the draft was in June or something. I meet Mr. Stern in March, and he says to me, hey, can't wait for you to come to the NBA. Then he pulls me to the side, you want to play where it's cold or where it's hot? He asked me that. Yeah, he did. He asked me that, and I was like, hot. And he smiled, and I smiled, and then a couple of days later, they had the draft thing, and, the top 3 things, and then Minnesota was number 3. I was like, and then Charlotte was number 2, and then Orlando, Florida was number 1. I was like, I didn't think anything about it, but, you hear a lot of these conspiracy theories, and there's a lot of situations that could make these things sound good and sound true. Like, okay, Dallas gets rid of one of the best players, but, we're getting a new one. Ding, 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 ding. So I don't want to use the word conspiracy theory, but it's very interesting how it all played out.
When he tells that story, it is interesting. If Stern actually, and I have no reason to doubt him, but if Stern pulls him aside, so you play cold weather or warm weather, then all of a sudden he says warm and he ends up in Orlando, Florida.
I don't want to believe in conspiracy theories.
I don't either.
But you hear that and you just wonder. Now, Wemby, growing up a Spurs fan, being from France, he wanted to go to San Antonio. Although there's been photos of Cooper Flagg wearing a Maverick shirt as a kid at a camp. There's enough that makes you go, right? I don't believe in him because I don't think that we would have got Tim Duncan. Why, if the NBA was rigged, why are the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in a gazillion years? You know that they would love for it always to be New York and L.A., right? Yet New York is always sold out no matter what. It's almost like the Cowboys. They don't have to win to be good, right? Or to be popular in that regard. But you hear that from Shaq and the way it all pulled out and pulled aside. I mean, if he didn't tell that story, if he would have said, yeah, David asked, do you like warm weather, cold weather? And that could have just been as simple as him trying to figure out, if you got drafted by Minnesota, would you actually stay in Minnesota if you hate the cold?
He could have done that, sure.
Well,
the NBA is going to love it when it's Oklahoma City and Indiana in the finals.
Yeah.
I mean, and we should be a great series. 2 different styles, but that's who I'm picking to get there.
Well, I mean, it's rigged. It's going to be New York.
Well, no.
I mean, because they got Minnesota or they got Oklahoma City. They have to have one big market in there.
We'll see what happens. That's what I'm saying. They're going to love that when it turns out to be Indiana and OKC. You know what else somebody's going to love? Being qualified for the ACL Festival 2025.
Oh, yeah?
If you remember the keyword that Minix threw out a few minutes ago, and you are the first caller at 656-3776, 656-ESPN, then you will be qualified for 2 wristbands to the ACL Festival, October 10th through the 12th. If you are qualified, however, you're a winner automatically. You get a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom right there at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. So if you remember the keyword and you're the first person to call in, get it done.
Get it done.
Get it done.
Get it done.
Yeah.
Claymore on YouTube says Shaq lies. Why would Shaq lie?
He has no reason to lie.
Now, granted, David Stern is dead, so it's not like he could refute the story. But at this point, why would Shaq lie? And you think about where guys are. It's in today's world of, well, I'm not going to get in trouble anymore. What could I say? Was Charles Barkley talking about payments to Auburn players through the years?
Oh,
I mean, you're not going to get in trouble anymore. People can come out with their true stories. We've heard the Manziel stories because you're not going to get in trouble anymore.
Well, I love Barkley, too, in that same story. He said he's going to get tired of writing checks. Which, he's got lots of money, deep pockets, and if he gets tired of writing checks, they all will at some point in time. But that's a story for another show.
And J.C. Evans on YouTube trying to be do they play NBA games outdoors? Dude, that doesn't matter. You got to walk from your car to wherever you're going. If it's miserable and cold outside, then you're not going to be happy there. right? Think about what he said. When Shaq was coming out, Minnesota had the 3rd pick. Would you be excited about going to Minnesota? Charlotte had the 2nd pick. That wouldn't have been bad.
No.
But you also know what that organization is and where Orlando was going, and Shaq immediately got them to the finals.
Yeah, he did. And I just find it interesting, and it's a great story. It's just going to, fan the fire of that whole conspiracy theory thing. But I just there's just too much money involved for that to be a thing. I mean, there just is. So
billions in credibility for it to come across as, yep, it is the WWE. I don't believe it, but when you hear stuff like that from somebody like Shaq, it does make you wonder. And again, they go in that room. All those people are in that room. There's plenty of witnesses to it. But sleight of hand, magicians are crazy.
They are. So who do you like tonight? If it is 6.5,
Oklahoma City.
They're going to cover?
Oklahoma City.
Double digits?
Double digits? No, 6.5.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. So they're going to win by 7 or more.
Yeah.
So it could be double digits.
Could be.
All right.
You?
I like Oklahoma City. I wish on my little app it would get down to 6.5. It's still at 7.
Mm-hmm.
So if it does that, either way, I probably take them. Why not? I mean, I'm going home, bachelor tonight, watch the game. Looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Me and the dogs.
The loopy ones.
The loopy ones. Yeah, we won't get the dogs stoned tonight. It'll be okay. So everything will be okay.
You say that now.
Yeah. Man, lots coming up tomorrow. And Pledge, you got a show? James Pledger. A full hour too, right? Full hour tonight he's going to do because the NBA action, their coverage will begin at 7 o'clock. Tip-off from Oklahoma City at 7:30 right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. What are you cooking tonight?
We're going out.
Wow, la-ti-da. All right, good for you.
Not cooking anything.
Well, the mighty meter will be working tonight, huh? How about that?
Date night.
Yes, appreciate all you guys joining us. We will see you tomorrow.
Get your own damn lemonade.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
This month, law enforcement will be cracking down on drivers and passengers who aren't buckled up. Here's why.
I responded to a crash on the highway where a pickup flipped over multiple lanes of traffic. The driver of the vehicle was missing, and we actually found him underneath the vehicle, unfortunately deceased on scene.
We write seatbelt